Yeah, welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast Live. How y'all doing? You know what we're gonna do. You know,
no hand claps.
All right, y'all. So let's do this again. I'm a little out of sports since I've been away for a little while. So we hit the intro, and after the intro, yeah. And welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast Live. There we go. What's going on, everybody? It's been a little while. Hope everybody had a wonderful holiday week. Got to spend some time with friends and family and enjoy that. Enjoy the season for what it's really about. You know what I mean? And obviously that's that time with your loved ones, and that stuff can't be replaced. So what's going on, Transformer? Been a minute, man.
Man, well, I feel like it's been, some months. We've been away for so long, but man, how was your holiday, man? Merry Christmas to you again.
Same to you, brother. It was solid, man. It was solid. I can't even complain, man.
Absolutely,
it was cool. It was cool. Got the family time. Daughter came home from college, so her and my son was hanging out. So that was beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So
that's
real good,
beautiful,
real good.
Man. That's beautiful. Oh man, family love. One of my first Christmases with my mom in years.
Okay.
What happened?
We're good. I don't know what happened there, but we're good.
Okay. But yeah, one of the first Christmases with my pops, they came over, we celebrated, watched the kids open up all the gifts and just to see that happipiness, that joy, that camaraderie, man. I was so hyped so early in the morning, about around 10:30, 11, I was smoked. I had to take a nap.
That's how you know you're a parent and you're aging. When you get up early with them, and then by midday you like, I'm done.
Boy, it was like a shockwave hit me. I'm on the couch, we eating breakfast. I'm like, I'm gonna lay on the couch for a little minute. Get a couple of Z's in. It's like, bro, I was hurting.
Yeah.
But no, man, it was all love, man. It was all love.
Man, that's great. And you know what? Is the beautiful thing too about Christmas. We always get some sports action, man, and those are some of the great things that we're gonna discuss today. And as you can see from the rundown, we're gonna get into this the Steph and LeBron era, which kind of the reason that I guess the big game on the big game for your Lakers, obviously on Christmas night, that kind of got me thinking a little bit about the Steph and LeBron era. So we're gonna talk about that. Then of course we'll follow it up talking about the NFL versus the NBA on Christmas and LeBron's idiotic comments, but we'll get there. This ain't the first time he's made idiotic comments.
Whoa. Idiotic comments?
Idiotic.
We'll get there. What? It's Christmas. What are we doing?
We'll get
What are we doing?
Then we'll take it to the NFL. And Kansas City is they were squeaking by earlier in the season. They are starting to look dominant, man. So that's going to be scary. And then finally,
scary hour.
We saw the NFL Hall of Fame finalists have been released, and Eli Manning is among them. And that pick causes a lot of consternation among different people in the sports world, sports media, sports fans, etc. that I've heard going around. So definitely wanted to have some talk about that because I think it is a discussion worth it's a topic worth discussing. So we're gonna get that. Edward Jackson, what's good, brother? Good to see you. All right, cool. So first things first, man. Y'all already know the deal, man. Hit the like and subscribe. Y'all know that. Next thing, Sid Bubba, what's good, brother? How you doing? Good morning to you. Navy looked good yesterday, man, but we'll talk about that in a second. But what we're gonna do, Transformer and I discussed it. We think we're gonna go ahead and move the podcast over to Sunday morning. That way we can get in our sports talk and hopefully get it wrapped up around the time that the NFL games are starting. That way everybody can relax with their breakfast, their coffee. They can listen to us kick it. Saturday nights, a lot of people have different things going on, so maybe that's not the best the best night to do it. So yeah, the most opportune time. Thank you, Transformer. So we think that we're gonna go ahead and do that, and we will see where it goes. All right, cool. So we'll go ahead and get started, y'all, and we'll do the quick hits. So take it away, Transformer.
So, as you guys know, me and Bruce and G, we've served in the armed forces. Shout out Sid Bubba, go Navy.
Shout out. Yes, sir.
Bruce and G, current veterans of the United States Army. Me, current veteran of the United States Navy. And we both won our bowl games this weekend, man.
Yes.
Friday, Navy beat Oklahoma. Excuse me, I said the wrong name. Navy beat Oklahoma 21-20 in the Armed Forces Bowl, while Army came out and won their bowl game against Louisiana Tech in the Independence Bowl, man. So salute to the Armed Forces, man.
Yes.
They came out, did their thing.
That's
what I mean? We had some great seasons, great battle against amongst another. And we finished it out, with both of us smiling.
It wasn't really a great battle against each other. Y'all put foots in us.
I was gonna Euro step past that, right? I was just gonna Euro step past it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and
we got to hand it to us and salute to the midshipmen. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Finished out on top, man. We had some great seasons, man. But winning a bowl game. For those who are, 4 years in and this is going to be their last Army or Navy game, man, it's always great to go out with a W. Despite what happened between the Army and the Navy, you just can't talk to once another for the foreseeable future. But
correct.
Winning those bowl games, man, that's big time, man. What do you think about the bowl games?
No, absolutely, man. It was love to see two really good seasons and the right way, and I think. For us, even more so, us being the service academies, the difference is 99% of our guys will not play football again. Yes, unless they play all Army or all Navy or something like that. But most of our guys, this is it for them playing football at a high competitive level. And so for both of them to be able to go out like that with wins after having, great seasons, man, it feels really good. It feels really good. You know how I feel about the Army. I know how you feel about the Navy. Absolutely. And just the armed forces in general, man. So I think it was beautiful to see that. And again, wrapping up the season for both of these guys, man. I got to give a shout out to the midshipmen, man. I hate y'all, but I'm so impressed with the way y'all bodied us. Like seriously, y'all really went out and did that work, man. So.
You heard him? See, we ain't gonna let that man just skip past it. I hate y'all. Like, Jesus.
Yeah. No.
We do fight for each other.
What's up, Steve? Yes, we're live. No. I hate y'all respectfully.
Hey, you say that too loud. Somebody go tune in. Like, he hates the military. Who is that? Man, look, whoa. He served.
That's right.
He's just talking about the hate for the game.
That's right. I got that DD 214. Let's go.
Hey, boy, you locked in. Yo, Sid Bubba, you from Memphis, bro?
Is it?
You from Memphis? Where you from? He said, go Navy, Memphis 10. I went to Millicent Central, bro.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So let me know where you went.
Spoken like a Celtics fan, really, Sid Bubba? Why couldn't be spoken like a Lakers fan? Why?
Because we don't spew those words, those hate words, right? We don't spew those hate words.
Bruh,
he was across the bridge, man. Arkansas.
Oh, that's what's up. You were on here last week with me when Magic said, I hated those guys. And he looked at Paul Pierce and said, I hated you till you took the green and white off.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But that's like, what's going on? That's justified, right?
Oh my goodness. That's rivalry, man. That's rivalry.
No, it's love. It's love, man. It's that competitive hate. It's not like you hating the branch, right? It's just that man, when we compete, man, it's just we gotta lock horns, man.
No doubt. Yeah. So great way to finish out the season, I think, for both of those guys. And I'm loving this 12-team college football playoff. I think that's amazing. And I'm also really looking forward to next season. Scott Frost is going to be returning to UCF. Let's see what he's learned from his failed time at Nebraska and see if he can get UCF back up to where they were when he was there previously. Obviously, we got the hoodie, Bill Belichick at North Carolina. That's huge.
Correct.
So we got
Deshaun Jackson. He's now a football coach in college football.
State.
Mike Vick, he's at Norfolk State.
That's right.
I love how
Eddie
the
George doing big
NFL,
things at
yeah,
Tennessee State.
yes, you know what I mean. So former NFL players getting their due, getting
Yeah,
their
man.
shots, their chances, their opportunities to put on them headphones and go out there and coach their alma maters or colleges that they've supported, or just get out there and just
Yes.
give it back to the kids, right? Give it
Yeah,
back to the
yeah,
next
yeah.
up and comers, man. We're
Mhm.
talking; these are Hall of Fame guys. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's
So
right. Big
that
high level
always be
dudes.
remembered. Yeah,
And realistically giving a little more diversity among the coaching ranks in college football, which there's honestly not much of. So it's good to see that. Yeah, I had to throw that up there for you. What's good, Michael Fox?
yes,
How you
sir.
doing, brother? Good to see you.
That's
Good to
my
see you.
dog, Fox and Millie, boy. Go Birds, go
All
Packers.
right.
Let's go.
Wait, which birds are we talking about? Is he talking about the
The
birds I
Eagles. He
think
talking
you're
about the
talking
Eagles.
about?
Yeah,
Okay,
he
okay.
Eagles fan.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. That's
Eagles
right.
fan.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what birds I rep for, but we're not gonna do that right now. That's right. Nevermore. All right. So that's basically all we have for the quick hits. We wanted to touch on some of these I don't want to say lower level, but realistically lower level college bowls. So it's good to see that stuff. Real quick, kind of weird situation. Miami lost in the Pop-Tarts Bowl yesterday, and they pulled out Cam Ward at the half.
Well,
Like,
he
why?
pulled him. They said he opted himself out.
What was
They
that
said he
about?
opted out. I'm preparing for the draft on next
Then why
step.
did he play at all? Like, if he didn't play, he didn't play.
No
Cool, he's
clue.
preparing for the draft, but play a half? Like, I don't understand that. To me,
No
that doesn't
clue.
look good.
No
That looks
clue.
worse than not playing. But okay, all right. Well, it is
I
what
mean,
it is.
maybe it was like one of them, like, hey, man, give the next kid his shot, man.
Mhm,
Get in a bowl game, give
mhm.
him an opportunity. He was happy. I mean, he was on the sideline cheering, still motivating and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know the nuances of it. I just, when they said he opted out not to play in the second half. I believe they were up when he left, so it wasn't like they were getting blown out, and he was like, "Nah, I'm quitting." I
Right.
think they were up when he opted out, and he was on the sideline just being a teammate, cheerleader, letting the backup or the next up guy, go out there and show his thing up in the bowl game. Something that he may not see. So, I looked at it like that a little bit. I didn't really think too much
Oh,
of it.
okay.
I was too more focused on other games that were coming up once they took him out. So, yeah, he set that TD record and quit at the half. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a bad look. That's freaking terrible. But that's okay because Dylan Gabriel, he's gonna break it. He's right behind him. So, okay. Yeah, that is terrible, man. What's that about?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Bronny did have another killer night in the G League. I believe 23 points. I think it was 23 he scored.
Okay,
He had another good showing in the G League. Yeah, that kid, he's getting comfortable, man. I said earlier before, let's just wait it out. I mean, he was in a slump. Shooters go through a slump. His dad went through one at the same time, right? We've seen a lot of greats go through shooting slumps, and so it's good to see that he's finally getting into a rhythm. Finding the basket. Once he saw one go in, he's like, okay, I can do this. I told that 30-point game woke him up. He's like, okay, I can. I'm here. I'm here, right? You know what I'm saying? I just need a little polishing, sharpen up the tools in my tool belt, and boom. Man, I could be a player in the NBA, solid role player for
No, I don't think he's a solid role player for anyone yet. Because what's happening is they're giving him way more touches than he would get on the NBA level. So now don't get me wrong, that's to help develop him, right? Give him the opportunity. So
correct. Yep.
That's what they should be doing. But in a real NBA system, he probably wouldn't get nearly as much as that. But again, I'm not here to break, diss Bronny. I called him a bum earlier, and not earlier today, but when he started out and he was just playing like one. But so far he is he's developing and improving and proving me wrong. So I have no problem saying that. Go get it, Bronny. I never had a problem with you personally. My only issue was how it happened. But anyway, real quick before we move on, I know these supposed to be quick hits, but Colorado got smoked yesterday by BYU. And to me, that's strange because they all played. This wasn't a situation where all the best players were sitting out. So I'm not sure what happened there. I was running around, so I didn't get to watch that game, but I'm really curious to know what happened. I might have to see if I can find a replay and go back and check it out. But yeah, that's what we got. So anything to add on that, and then we'll go ahead and get into the topics.
Nah, man. Is JJ still that guy? It's only been 30 games. I'm not gonna write him off or say he's that guy. Right now we're 18 and 18-7 or something like that. So right now, I think we're 6th or tied for 5th in the conference. So, it's a lot of ball game left, man. NBA is a long season, man. That's
Oh,
why
you
I
talking
get
about
to
the Lakers? I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Okay.
Yeah. He's talking about JJ still the guy.
Oh, okay, I got you.
You know what I mean? We won last night. We beat Sacramento without LeBron James. In a game that I thought Sacramento was going to win, because typically you see teams play a little bit harder the game after they fire their coach. By the way, that could have been another quick hit right there. I almost called him Mike Malone, not Mike Malone. Mike Brown. Mike Brown was let go of his duties in Sacramento, which I think was a BS move. A coach that helped that team get to 2 back-to-back playoff appearances. Just going through a slump right now, and because they're going through a slump, who do you fire first? You fire the coach. So I don't think it was a good move in my opinion. I think they could have did a little bit better with that one, but I thought this was going to be a game that they came out and be like, oh man, it wasn't the coach, it was us, but clearly it's showing that it was y'all. It was y'all. They still ended up losing that basketball game last night. Like I said, without LeBron, Austin Reeves, Dalton Connect looked great last night. And we definitely put foots in him. AD put foots in him. So, he did what he was supposed to do, didn't play with his food, and we got the dub, man. But yeah, that's about it. That's okay. Cunningham, he needs to get his shout out. Why? He plays for the Detroit. I don't shout out players that play for Detroit, bro. I'm sorry.
What's up, Nino? Good morning, brother. No, we can't. So here's the deal. When he got fired before, I think he won like 64 or 66 games that year, and Bron got him up out of there. So we can't. Now, him losing his job, I'm trying to see. This is only the second head coaching job he's ever had, and realistically, he had the Kings in the playoffs last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he
both
had them
years,
in the playoffs
back to back.
year. Right, 2 years in a row, and they're struggling right now. And the Kings went ahead and fired him. It's just poor ownership out there. That's all that is. You can't blame Mike Brown for that. I'm sure had they had a little more patience, he would have kind of got him over this rough period here. That's a very good coach, but it is what it is.
I think he's a good coach, man.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Okay. Hold up. Yeah, he's a better head coach, and they have a better record this season.
I don't think we fired him. I think we just let him walk. He played for it. I think he played one season. I mean, he coached one season. Almost knocked down my water.
Yeah. But all right, let's do this, y'all. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and get right to it. First topic. So obviously we had a great game, and we'll get to that a little late. We had a great game, but we can talk about it a little bit on Christmas night with the Warriors and the Lakers. Excuse me.
I was about to say it's right there in your face, brother.
Right,
I mean,
there in
do you
my
need
face,
me
and
to?
I'm like,
the Warriors and some other team. That's the Celtic in you. The Celtic came out. The Celtic came out. It was like, I don't want to say that name.
I'm just a little out of the flow, but I'm getting back. So, okay, so here we go. So, Warriors and the Lakers, fantastic game. Came down to the wire, and the Warriors pulled out. The Lakers pulled out the win. Excuse me. Great win for them. We saw LeBron and Steph both kind of turn back the clock. LeBron with a smooth 31, an efficient 31. Steph with 38 and a number of big-time shots down the stretch. And realistically, it was like, I know, right? Realistically, to me, it was, I think, just the time ran out on the Warriors. Maybe another 3 or 4 seconds, and they probably win that game. But regardless, the Lakers won that game, and they deserve to win. They played really well. LeBron played really well. And it was great to sit back and watch that, right? And so I enjoyed it. I know Transformer enjoyed it. He might have had a little nerves at the end, but
oh boy, did I! When Steph just threw up the 3 in the corner, I'm like, yo, what in the? Here we go again. The Steph magic is happening again. We need to stop him from shooting the ball. Guess what? He shoots a 35-footer next. I'm like, crazy, come on, right? I'm like, what are we doing? Bang! Hey, that was dope. We got the block by James. And then we got the bang. Yo, that made me just turn back the hands of time to those Cavalier Warrior series, man. When you got blocked by James and bang in the same freaking game, and possibly could be one of their last Christmas games played against each other, man. It was so magical for a little minute.
Absolutely.
But man, dog, it was a good game. It was a great game to see. I believe it was the most watched game in the NBA.
I want to say in the
playout
last, and we'll talk about that
since
going
2019, I
forward in
believe.
the NFL. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was And so oddly enough, I wonder why they chose that specific year to go back to. I'm curious to know why. When people choose a specific time frame to say the most watched or the most popular since, there's always a reason they do that.
Yeah.
But regardless,
what happened in 2019?
I have no idea. That's what I'm saying. I really don't know.
We didn't win until 2020. Who won before us? Crap. It was the Warriors. The Warriors came off that one. Toronto. Yeah, you're right. It was Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
Toronto. They beat the Warriors. I knew the Warriors were in there, but yeah, they beat the Warriors. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. So again, so we had just an incredible game that I think anyone who enjoys basketball would have enjoyed watching. Again, even for this era, and I'm often critical of the modern era of NBA basketball, and I think rightfully so. But it was really enjoyable to watch. It was cool.
Yeah.
So anyway, what that got me to thinking about was just this whole era, right? Because we so often hear that this was the LeBron James era, and I'm like, well, like he definitively took it over after Kobe retired. So like as long as Kobe was in the game, to me, it wasn't the LeBron James era, right? But as great as he's been, and this is the thing we always talk about, there's been so many other dudes really getting busy and other teams getting busy. So it's like, can we really say it was his era? But if we're going to do that, because he was clearly, he's clearly been one of the faces, if not the face of the league for quite some time now, I think the other guy that we have to include in this whole, own the era thing is that guy in the thumbnail, and that's Steph Curry. So before we even go any deeper in that, what do you think about that, Transformer, in terms of him historically sharing this era with Steph Curry?
I think it was for sure LeBron's era, right?
Okay.
Every post Kobe, 2010, we won the championship last, his last championship. After that, it was all Bron. Bron won 4 championships in that decade, right? So I consider that to be more of your era. 4 championships, multiple MVPs, face of the league. The show was his. It was everything was based about LeBron James, right? When he went back to Cleveland, got the championship there, got the championship in Miami, got the championship in the Lakers. So you got 3 separate championships on 3 different franchises, right? So I think, and I never heard of a Kobe era. Where he born from? Born on Mars? Boy, please. We can just ignore that one. But anyway, but like I said, I would say LeBron definitely had his era from 2010 to like I said, 2010 to 2020. And because Steph didn't really show up until like 2013, 2014. That's when he started, up being on the uprise and really dominate and really get into the conversation. And then with their first championship battle was 2015. So that was his first time being there. So I would definitely consider LeBron James having an era, and I would dignify it if that 2010 all the way up to 2020, that decade was his for sure.
So why I say that I don't think he had the era, while you can make the argument for face of the league, and I'm not mad at that, while I can't put just solely him on the era, think about this, right? So when's you guys' last title before LeBron got to
2010
Lakers? 2010, right? So you got that. You got the Lakers winning there. You have the Warriors winning 3 championships during that time frame, right? You have was it LeBron winning 4 championships during that time frame? The Warriors going to 6 finals during that time frame. LeBron going to what, 9 finals during 8. That era, I think. Is it 8?
No, because he's 4 and 6, so 9.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. Yeah. Right. So you've got that. You have Kawhi Leonard winning a chip with Toronto. You got some really good Spurs teams. I think, did they win 2 titles in the 2010s or just 1?
Who?
The Spurs.
2.
Okay, there you go. So they got a couple of chips. So it's hard for me to say that it was his era when you had a fair amount of parity. You had a lot of people doing things and a lot of teams doing things. You know what I'm saying? And this is not,
but you got to say who had the most, though.
Him? Mm-hmm.
Like he had the most. Like, so who era would it be? Right? I mean, you got like the thing about it, like it's all in totality, right? You can't just because you can't even say that about Kobe, can't say it about Duncan, can't say it about Jordan. They were all different. Everybody won championships in those eras, right? So I mean, everybody didn't win every championship in the entire decade. He won 4 of them, so that's the most. The MVPs you stack on top of that, the records, the scoring, the commercials, the sales, everything like that. I will say, if you don't give him the era, then you would say he shared the second half of it with Steph, because that's when Steph changed the game. Like Steph literally changed the game of basketball 2014 and on. Like ever since then, everybody's shooting threes from 35 feet. You know what I mean? Something Kobe was doing long before that, but we're not going to talk about that. But but you know, he started doing that. So you could say he shared that second half of it, but in totality, you look at it, we'll dignify that as LeBron James' era. On top of that, the man was just dominating an entire conference for like 8 straight years.
Well, we're not gonna get into
you get in the games, you play in your conference, you play the games. He made it to the finals 8 straight times.
That though.
No, but I can't do context, I can do facts. Can't do context, I can do facts.
No, but you got to apply context though, because yes, I get you. Facts are irrefutable.
Does he pick who he plays against?
There's a why and a no. But when you do things to kind of break down the competitive balance in your conference, it helps. But regardless, this is not about that. The point is, I think I can agree with you that he shared it with Steph, probably 2014 on, I think, and. Again, so you had them. I just think there's too much parity, in my estimation, too much parity in the league, and too many other really good teams doing their work to say that it was his era. Like that doesn't make sense to me, right? And even if people say, "Oh, it was the LeBron era," we also know that guy has an inordinate amount of control over the media. We've never seen that from any player before. So, like, you kind of got to take things with a grain of salt when you hear the mainstream media talking about Bron, but.
You can run the media. That's your era. That's more. To say about him. Like, hey, I run this. This is my era.
I don't know if to me that really means that
it's control.
Yeah, but we.
Am I wrong? I mean, if you got control of an entire league, right? If Kobe didn't go through the case that he went through with the accusation, right? He would have had that same control. He could have had that same control. Jordan had that same type of control. Like, if you have control of a league, Steph didn't have control of a league, right? He was just a babyface assassin, quiet, smile, you know, got the beautiful family, kids come to the games, Daddy Dale Curry, Mama Curry, former Mama Curry, always at the games and stuff like that. So it was like that silent assassin, like the silent babyface assassin, right? That's what he was known for. LeBron literally had control of the league. I would say that you have to have an era to do that. You can't say I don't have an era if I have control of the league, right? Control over the media. I have an era. That's his era. This is his era.
No, but I think that is a result of not necessarily it's being his era. That's a result of concerted backdoor maneuvering to get that. That's what that is. Like think about it. Like you got the agency and you're signing people in the media to your agency so that they can't really, be too critical of you. Like that doesn't mean that's your era. Like, okay, this is my era simply because I dominated. You're using backdoor maneuvering to control things. And so like I don't really see that as the same thing. But we can agree to disagree. But yeah, go ahead, my man.
If I have the controller of a game, right? I control it, right? I'm the owner. I run things, right? I'm the man on the sticks. If I'm playing a game, I have the controller. I have everything at my disposal, at my fingertips. Control means I control everything, right? It's my era. This is my game. I don't see how that's foregone right there. Like, if I have control, if the game is at my fingertips, I can manipulate anything I want. That's control. The league had to relinquish it. Like, hey, I mean, the man gets what he wants, right? That's control. We're saying he has control, so you can't have control and not have an error. That just doesn't make sense to me. Like, it doesn't quite make sense.
I think we can agree, disagree on that. Nah, so Edward Jackson says we do have some clutch clients in the media criticize LeBron James primacy. I'm Broussard. He criticized LeBron James game, but still has him number 2. So here's the thing, right?
I don't think he's clutch though. I think Nick.
He's clutch. Yeah, he admitted it. He's clutch.
Oh, is he?
Nick Wright is as well. Yeah. So here's the thing. When it comes to Broussard, you have to listen to him like on different platforms, right? So it depends on who's on the show he's with, what role he plays, right? Nick Wright is so ridiculously over the top that it appears that Chris Broussard is being critical of LeBron, but really he's just playing Nick Wright's foil. When Chris Broussard was on The Odd Couple with Rob Parker, he was more the LeBron guy. I'm not going to say he never criticized him, but he was more the LeBron guy. And on other things we've heard, like when he's been on, like back in the day, he used to be on Undisputed and stuff like that. Yeah. Broussard is a LeBron guy. If you ever hear Broussard talk about LeBron, if he has to criticize him, he pulls the same Stephen A move. He talks about how great he is and literally says, and I love LeBron before he can go into anything. Is to talk about he's a good father and this and that and the third. And I'm like, yo, this is absurd. But anyway, that's a whole different thing, right?
That's fact. So, he does do that, though.
He does. So Broussard, he is a LeBron guy for sure. But he prefaces it and he couches things before he is even remotely critical. And realistically, I don't think he's like really critical. I think he's just playing the foil to people. But let's see. Chuck Brewer says Penny Hardaway would own the 2010s if he was active and healthy, but by that thought process, the media would try to make him the face in his era. So I real quick going back to that, Penny Hardaway was a monster. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think that time frame is off. But to that point though, Penny Hardaway was a monster, and it was supposed to be him and Grant Hill were the next 2 guys up. And obviously, when Mike stepped away, they were supposed to be the next 2 guys up. But then the injuries got to them, and then Kobe came, and Kobe said, "Nah, I'm next." And he took next. You know,
he literally took next.
Yeah, he took next. That's
how you kick out the most dominant big man in the league, dog.
Facts. And
like,
realistically,
I don't care. Like,
if we're real, as dominant as Shaq was, he doesn't have those 3 chips in Los Angeles if Kobe doesn't do that work.
No, absolutely. But let's take a pause in the conversation, man. Big shout out Nino Action Jackson, man, with the super chat, man. Bruce, stop it, my brother. Hey, that $5 was worth it. $5 was worth it.
Oh, you gave me $5, Bruce. Talk about Bron.
Stop it, dog.
He gave me $5 to stop talking about Bron. That's funny. Nino, man, thank you so much. We appreciate you always.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
We appreciate it.
No Steelers.
Yeah. So
like, we're gonna get to them later.
No, but just looking back, like I really think that these 2 guys, I truly believe that they shared the era, man. And to the point of what you said, Transformer, Steph was a major part in the change in the way the game was played. And, you know, obviously analytics was coming because we saw that happening in football. We saw it in baseball first, but, you know, just his ability. And then
just Kobe couldn't do nothing with it.
That was crazy, right?
That was crazy. It was like, damn.
I know a guy who wouldn't be able to shoot like anyway. But no, in all seriousness, it's Steph really played a huge part in how the game has changed. And the fact that in what is that, in 6 years, he won 4 championships and was really just LeBron's major antagonist in the league. I think that's why, to me, I call it the Steph and LeBron era. I think
I think that's fair. Yeah, I think that's fair to say because on one hand, you could say you could say what you want about LeBron, him controlling everything, the 8 straight finals, the 4 championships. Steph went to go get KD too, so we got to put some onus on that. You know, Steph went to go get KD, and that also happened in that same time frame. But you do tip your hat to Steph on just the way he just changed the game. Period. Right? He extended the 3. Like they probably have to extend the 3-point line here in the next 10 to 20 years in the NBA because those are like free throws to these guys.
No, they can't. I would not extend it on this. I hear what you're saying, but I wouldn't do it if I'm the league because guys are already shooting from way out. They're just going to start shooting from half court. The further you put it back, they're going to shoot from further. So I'm like, again, that's not helping basketball. That would be a terrible move. I'm not doing that. What I do, and I think I told you this last time, I'm putting a cap on the amount of threes that you can shoot per game. Once you reach that cap, no matter where you shoot from, they're twos again. So what that does is force the mid-range back into the game. Yeah. That's right. And forces you to develop real big men again, instead of just sitting hanging around and shoot threes. So I think that is what would be better for the game. I didn't come up with that. Shout out Rick Bucher. But when I really sat down and thought about it, I said, yeah, that's legit. That's a real one right there. That's a good
73s in a game is crazy work. No, 74, 73, whatever it is. 73 threes in a game.
Yeah.
That's and I mean, look, stop shooting that joint.
Man, look, I can't even front, man. My beloved Celtics out here pissing me off, averaging 51 3-point attempts per game. That's not crazy. Basketball. That's not basketball. Yes. I know even Bird hates it. I know he hates it.
Yeah. Steve, I don't think that'll help either. Oh, he's being funny.
Please,
okay.
Please.
I'm about to say add the Globetrotters 4-point circle. Everybody's shooting from it.
Everybody.
Yeah, they're gonna start shooting from that thing. I would cap that too. Like, y'all, hey, you only got 3 opportunities a game to shoot it from that spot, right?
That's right.
No,
you're right, Edward.
It's tough, man. Boston show.
Quick side note too. Remember when they asked LeBron, about what he thinks about, the current condition of the game? He's like, well, I could fix it, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. I got ideas to take care of it. I'm like, yo, this freaking guy. But check this out. He says it's too many effing threes being shot. Okay, cool. We agree. The very next game, he goes out and goes like 2 for 8 from 3. Man, shut the hell up. This guy, man. This guy, like, he's so good at it.
Now, granted, he didn't want that to happen, though. I will give him that credit. Like, even though, like, because it's a league-driven thing, it's now a coach-driven thing. He's like, come on, man. Y'all want us to shoot these many threes.
But
like,
wait.
Okay. And then what?
No coach is making LeBron do anything he does not want to do. Stop it. You know that, and I know that. He's shooting all them threes because he don't have the same legs to go to the rim anymore.
He can eventually listen to his coach, man. They don't have to be all the time, but damn, he could sometimes listen.
I mean, he could.
he is now. Like, okay, man, let's shoot these threes then.
Yeah. By the way, to the point of this being LeBron's era, man.
That dude was
I would be remiss.
Athlete, man.
I was about to say I would be remiss if we're just watching it go through how long this guy's been able to play at this just tremendous level, man. It's real. It's real.
Jason Terry was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. That was just unfair about LeBron.
No, that's cool. But LeBron standing over him trying to look tough. Where was that looking tough when Jason Terry was cooking you up in the finals? Where was that? Where was all that standing?
When you get bammed on, you're gonna stand over anybody. Like, I don't care what you're doing in the finals.
Mm-hmm. I do.
Come on, get. Come on, man. The man is 40 years old doing this.
Yes.
Dog. Like,
yes.
40.
Hey, listen, I gotta give credit where it's due.
He's still 40, doing it. Man. This is crazy, dog. Whatever sauce he's on, it needs to be researched. Like, he's on the greatest sauce
I got
in
nothing
the
to
world.
say.
But it's not that's just me joking. I'm not saying that he is.
Right.
He could be the pinnacle of human evolution, right? So I don't know.
This will mess around, get scrubbed from the internet, just like when KD and Paul Pierce said it. KG, I should say. Remember when they was like, LeBron on that new juice?
Oh yeah, he know that new juice.
It's gone. You can't find it anymore. And then all of a sudden, after that, you start hearing him talk. LeBron might end up being the GOAT. Really? That's what y'all saying now? They got to. So Edward Jackson says it's not a big man's league no more, guys. We just got to accept the fact it's a lot of shooting and less driving to the paint. You got big guys shooting threes also now. Absolutely, Edward, no question. But that's what I'm saying. If you de-emphasize or control the importance of threes, it can go back to being a more balanced league. I'm not saying 75-70, Knicks, Miami Heat defensive rock fights, although I didn't mind those because I love real defense. But everyone doesn't enjoy that. That may not be the most pleasant fan experience, especially for young fans who grew up watching the game a certain way. Cool. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, and we're kind of digressing, but what I am saying is bring some defense back and control the amount of threes being shot, and I guarantee you will see true post bigs start coming back. Look, you already got Jokic can play in the post, right? He does that sometimes. Embiid can play in the post. He does that sometimes, doesn't do it enough. Zach Edey can play in the post. He does that, so there is room for the true post big. It's not going to be right. It's not going to be every single time down the floor, freaking, what do you call this? Dumping it into the post immediately, but there's room for it. There's room for balance. So, I mean, that's my thing. Want to give a quick shout out. Thank you for the Cash App, Sid Bubba. $5 Cash App. Appreciate you supporting the show always, man. Thank you so much, my brother. And salute to you and salute to your midshipmen. And I have to say that for a whole freaking year, and it's killing me.
Yes, you do.
I do. I do.
Yes, you do.
But look, Transfer, I'm manning up.
I'm kicking my feet in my chair. You don't see it though.
I'm manning up, and I'm saying it. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
So I appreciate you, Sid Bubba, man. Thank you so much for the support always, my brother.
Nino, man, we didn't overhype. LeBron did. LeBron did that. Yes. That was LeBron's fault.
Yes.
And even when he said it, this was when I was in dislike with LeBron because Kobe was still playing. When he said it, I was like, that man is an idiot. Like, what is he? Why is he saying that? Because even though I knew, I'm like, okay, I see what he's saying.
No.
A lot of people took that joint literally. 1, 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6.
That was terrible.
No, I couldn't even, nobody believed that, right? But he just when you're using that as your sales pitch, come on now, people are going to take that literal. Oh man, he's going to bring us 5. He said he's going to bring us 6 to 7 championships. Oh my God, man, Miami Heat is going to be the next thing. You're going to get a 1, 2, 3.
When that team got put together, though, and you have all that firepower, you got D Wade coming off leading the league in scoring, first team All NBA. Chris Bosh, I think, was third team All NBA. You doing all that. LeBron, obviously, first team All NBA. If not the best, one of the top 3 players in the league at the time. So you putting all this firepower together, and most of us were thinking damn, you heard Jeff Teague say, man, that was whack, man. Nobody respected that. Most of the people in the league was damn, competition gone, right? And you still had some guys. You had obviously the Celtics. They were older, but they were proud champions. They weren't just going to roll over. Turns out they got rolled over, but they weren't just going to roll over. You know what I'm saying? But also because those guys were older, came from a different era, so their mindset was different. But the point is, when LeBron said that, I believe he really believed it, and a lot of people did too. So
but not the 6, not 7. When he said 2, 3, 4, I'm like, okay, shut up. So he said 5, not 6. I'm like, shut up. But what are you saying? Stop. You're giving too much, right? Hey, I'm here to win championships, right? When you say championships, that could be 2, it could be 4, it could be 6, it could be 9, but it's more than 2, right? It's 2 or more championships, plural. He could have just ended it right there, but not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6. I'm like, just shut up.
Keep going, right?
Raleigh, I would have threw a freaking microphone at him. Like, shut up. Come on now.
Edward, I think they probably could have gotten 4 with Melo. I think they could have. And the reason I say that, if Melo was on that team instead of Chris Bosh, when LeBron melted down in that first one, Melo would have said, give me the rock, and he'd have took over. He'd have went nuts. He wouldn't have allowed that. Him and D Wade would have gone bonkers. So, I think you're probably right that they could have got 4. Well, maybe not that last one, because that Spurs team was determined, man. They were not joking. That Spurs team was moving like a machine. So
but Kawhi would have to make a decision.
Oh, that's a great point.
Kawhi would have to make a decision because, you can't guard both him and Melo. So if you guard one, the other one's going to take off.
That's right. So
who's your secondary defender? Yeah, because you got Manu Ginobili playing the 2. You got Paul at the 1. Kawhi played the 3. What's his name? Was it Boris Diaw? Boris Diaw was at the 4.
But
he's not guarding Melo.
But you know what? I would rather put him on Melo and put the claw on LeBron in that situation.
Boris Diaw getting cooked.
Yes, but you don't have to worry about Melo necessarily going past him as much, right? Because you try to put Diaw on Bron. Bron is dunking on somebody's head every play.
Tim Duncan gonna have a whole problem in the paint.
Whole problem. Broken neck, lumpy dome.
Let them get the lane.
Right.
So what do you want me to do? I'm guarding Melo at the 3. Wade over there in the corner, nah, I'm chilling. I think that team would have just been destructive. It wouldn't have been fair.
That's a fact.
It wouldn't have been fair. I do. I would have liked Chris Paul to go to New York though. That would have been nice.
That would have been real cool.
Chris
Yeah,
Paul,
I
Melo, Stoudemire, those guys like that. That would have been a nice little big three over there. That would have the guard Duncan, which would have been ugly. No, because I mean they would have definitely had to go get a big.
Yeah, and then Haslam would have got some more minutes. He would have been out there trying to deal with Duncan. Yeah, Kawhi would have guarded anybody who was hot. That's right. Real quick, y'all. I see you active in the chat. Thank you so much. For anybody who hasn't already, please go ahead, click that like button. Let's get these likes up, y'all. Let's get that. Let's get that. We need it. Helps push the show out. It's all about the algorithm, all right?
If Dwayne was fully healthy, I think they would have
okay, I was reading the same one.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
But again, that last Spurs team, I mean, think about it realistically. If Ray Allen doesn't hit that shot in 2013, they might have had one. You know what I'm saying? That was arguably the best clutch shot in NBA history, maybe. Yeah. If he doesn't hit that shot in 2013, all that might have been for one chip. So, I mean, at the end of the day, he hit it, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. But
and LeBron did, lead him to that, but that doesn't get talked about enough. I feel like we just gloss over the fact.
Yeah, I will.
No. He didn't get rescued. That shot was possible because LeBron carried him for like 4 or 5 straight drives before that.
Actually, no. Like I think he missed like 2 or 3 in a row immediately prior to that. But he did have an outstanding fourth quarter, and then I believe he scored some more in overtime to go ahead and close that game out. End of the day, Ray Allen doesn't make that shot. Well, you know what it is.
End of the day, it's a team sport. Braun can't make them all. Jordan got saved too. Let's not.
He did not get saved. Stop it. No. That's a bad analogy.
He did get saved. Kobe got saved. Jordan got saved.
How did Jordan get saved? Let's try this.
Because other teammates had to score points, Bruce.
No. I understand.
Other teammates have to score points, Bruce.
But when you say
the point,
we're not going to do that.
Jordan got saved by other people who shot the ball, other people who played defense.
Do you have a specific point that you're
at any point in the game? Everybody, we always look at the last shot like it matters the most. Mm-hmm. What about the other 47 fucking minutes, man?
Okay, so here's the deal, though, right? Here's the deal. Michael Jordan, if I'm not mistaken, consistently throughout his finals runs, played with the least amount of help scoring wise of any champion ever. Like he was not getting much of anything. So if you're
all the rebounds that Dennis Rodman got, right? Mm-hmm. 15, 20 rebound games.
Why do you all talk like that was prime Dennis Rodman? Because it wasn't.
It didn't have to be prime Dennis Rodman. Because we do the same thing about LeBron. Oh, LeBron played with all these Hall of Famers, right? Melo wasn't in his prime. Dwight Howard wasn't in his prime.
So
when he got Melo, when LeBron got there, Shaq wasn't in his prime.
So that's a great point, and we're not going to let this devolve into
that.
Yeah,
okay. You know what? Throw us off the rails real quick.
I will let you have. I'll let you have that. We're not even going to do that. Let's enjoy this. No. In all seriousness, because I don't want this to go that way.
Yeah. I feel you.
So out of respect for my partner, I'm gonna leave you with that last point. Real talk,
my man. See, you win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day. But back to the Steph and Bron era, man. Get back to the topic at hand here. Mm-hmm, this is one of the most magical moments that I felt that Christmas day. If you look at that game, you're gonna see why they're gonna try to get them boys to team up. The NBA is going to thrive to try to get the boys to team up. It's going to get more steam. It's going to get a lot more steam. It's going to get a lot more buzz because these guys are at the end of their career. Mm-hmm. The league is looking at it from a ratings perspective as well. Mm-hmm. When them boys play, it's always the most watched game, right? Mm-hmm. You can put anything on a slate. You can put the defending champs against the Celtics or whatever. I'm not going to say the Celtics because that's going to be demeaning them, but any big team in the West, right?
Get it.
You know what I mean? But if Steph and Bron are playing in the same game, yeah, we're going to watch that game, right? Facts. Because it's two phenoms, two guys that carried this league for what, 14, 15 years, right? That's been the face of this league for 14, 15 years straight. Right. You know what I mean? So like we see the Denver Nuggets win a championship all offseason. We're going to talk about LeBron James, Steph Curry. Mm-hmm. We don't care about Jokic went home. He don't care. right?
Mhm.
Mike Malone, he's probably going to say what he wants, though his little pitch shots at LeBron or the Lakers or whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
But the conversation in the offseason is, oh, what are they going to do for Steph Curry in the Warriors? What is
Right.
LeBron and the Lakers going to do? Right. Those guys are the face of the league. Right. So like we're gonna be missing a lot when those guys are gone.
Mhm.
The basketball is going to change in its entirety, even more so. When Kobe and Vince Carter and KG and Paul Pierce and those guys left, we're going to see another shift when LeBron and Steph Curry decide to hang them up. Because like right now, who wants it? Who wants that pinnacle?
Man. Who, not just who wants it, but who wants it and who is capable of having it, right? Because however I feel about LeBron, he's done a really good job wearing that mantle over all these years. He has. That's just a fact. He has, and then Steph has done a good job helping out. You know what I'm saying? So Steph has done a good job helping out. So, but yeah, LeBron he has worn it well as the face of the league. So that's that. But let's do this, man. We're going to open up the phone lines. However, since in the interest of trying to keep this thing moving, we're going to take 2 calls, 1, 2, not 1, just 2. We're going to take 2 calls and let's try to limit it to 5 minutes on your comments. So please call in, get straight to your point. We'll respond, and then
I'm
we'll
get to the next, I'm clock watching.
We'll get to the next. We'll get to the next topic. So yeah, y'all know what it is, man.
That's the question, man.
Yes,
Sean, who wants it, man? No, right now, nobody. Right? Because you would show it. Joel Embiid don't want it. He already said, I'm not going to play all these games. And yada, yada, yada.
We know don't want it.
Jokic wants to go home.
It. Yes. Luka don't want it.
Luka don't want it.
Tatum wants it, but he don't have it. He doesn't have it to be it.
Correct.
I think Ant Edwards wants it, but I don't know what the hell going on with him. He's shooting all these threes and talking all this nonsense instead of just being in the gym focusing.
I think if anybody could take it, it would be Anthony Edwards. I think that would be a You got
to see. Let's go ahead and take this call from Sid Bubba. Sid Bubba, good morning, my brother.
Oh, good morning, Bruce.
Yes,
good morning, Transformer. Salute there, shipmate.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir.
Well, not me, but him.
He know. And my boy from Memphis, say mine.
What's up, man? We're good, man.
What's up, man? But I think to get on the topic about Steph and Bron, they seem like they kind of like you got the super big athletic guy who can do everything, and Steph is so skilled and the way he shoots the ball. But they both had to rely on, both of them had to rely on their teammates. Like you said, with Ray Allen, Kyrie, Bruce, with Steph, and Steve pointed this out that KD should be mentioned because Steph got 2 titles on LeBron with KD.
Yes, he did.
Yes, and to me, I don't know. I would say KD probably was the best player.
Yes, because he was.
Without a shot
of doubt.
So
the only thing I'll say about that, Sid Bubba, let me interrupt you real quick. The only thing I'll say about that, and yes, he absolutely was the best player on those teams. I'll just say it makes it a hell of a lot easier to do what he was doing when nobody can double team off the rest of those starters. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, Draymond running the point basically, and then, Clay and Steph spreading the floor. Like, that, it was real easy for him to do what he was doing. But go ahead.
Yeah, so when I think of dominance, and we go by the Mike standard.
Yes.
And I always use the MJ standard, fair or unfair. 4 finals MVPs to 1.
Okay. I got you.
4 finals MVPs. Whether he was the man. Now,
do you think though that only? Well, hold on real quick, Sid Bubba. Sorry to keep interrupting you. 1, the first finals MVP. We all know Iguodala shouldn't have got that. We know that should have been Steph's, but fine, whatever. We all know that. So there's that.
It was a shutdown LeBron. He got it.
So we all know that Iguodala should not have gotten that. So that should have been 2 finals MVPs. I get it. But then, like, if you look at it, I believe Steph averages like 28 points per game in the NBA finals. Like, that's up there. He did work, but go ahead, bro.
But I think too, but watching the games when he disappeared again,
Right.
That's what drives me crazy about Steph.
No, you're right.
When 2016 they lost. Why is this man throwing hot dog passes or whatever?
That was terrible. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. You're right. You're 100% right.
Yeah, I love Steph. That's my guy because little guys out there. But I have to be objective in looking at it. So when we, we have to nitpick, and then with Kevin Durant, it's kind of hard to he's a back-to-back Finals MVP.
Yes. So
it's kind of hard to say, well, he didn't do anything,
Nah, no, only a fool would say that.
Yeah. So I have to. It's kind of hard, but like you said, they did have parity, and that parity did matter. So yeah, but you got to also think of it. LeBron's career is in 3 phases, though. You got 2003 to 2010 when he was emerging.
Yes.
In the Olympics, 08. Then you got 2010 to 2020. Then you got 2020 when he won the title from now and being competitive.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he's so that's why it always seemed his name mattered because he's been good, which nobody else has been good.
Has been this good this long, no doubt.
And it's good this long.
Close.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
The only thing I'll say about that, and then I'll get your last comment, Sid Bubba. And it is clearly a fact that no one has been this good for this long. I can't argue that. The only thing I like to say about that in terms of his longevity, it sure helps when you play in a league where they can't bang you like that. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like that's I think that's a shut up transformer. I think that's a huge part of the reason why, some of these other guys whoa, Dom. Okay. Oh, we're getting spammed here. No, I said that's what the hell?
Let me try to delete it. I'm trying to
get this guy out of here. But no, I think that a big part of the reason that LeBron is able to do this because the game is so much less physical. If he was really, okay, there you go. Thank you. If he was really, having to go through all that physical punishment, it wouldn't be the same. But yeah, guys.
This is what I would say to that. But the players that I have, I have LeBron. I don't have LeBron comparable to Mike or Kobe. I have him kind of comparable to Karl Malone because of his body size and body type. Because a lot of people say he couldn't play in that era. Oh, yes, he could.
No, he couldn't.
Oh, hey, look, Bruce. Because if he goes fast as he did and he kicked that leg out like Malone, they done.
They threw that elbow at him.
But okay, so this is the last thing I'll say, and then I got to let you go and open it back up. So here's the deal, right? So yeah, he's an athletic freak, but look at this guy. He gets mad and falling all over the place when he gets blown on or breathed on today in this soft league. You really think he could deal with that? Having to get in the paint with the Davis boys and Anthony Mason and Charles Oakley and Charles Barkley and Karl Malone and all that. Go ahead, Transformer.
But that's being brought up in a different era. You got to think, if he's brought up in that era, that mentality is different. The mentality of the game is different to him. So we can't just say he's going to do what he does now in the 90s when nobody was doing that in the 90s. If he would have grew up in the 80s, played ball with them roughneck, tough neck guys, he's not going to be flopping all over the place. So you have to be safe to assume that he's not going to do it then.
Tough neck guys, he's not going to be flopping all over the place. So you have to be safe to assume.
Gee, what are you doing?
Right. But I think that's the thing. A lot of it with these, you know why these kids soft? It's our fault because we softer, It's on us because we want to be softer, kinder, and gentler. After the thing in with Meta World Peace at the Malice in the Palace.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
So that changed everything.
Right. Because
back then, I like guys fighting in the hate, and I'm gonna take your head off.
Yeah.
I miss them days. But I'm going to let you brothers get it.
Yeah, I appreciate the call, Sid Bubba. Thank you, man.
As always, brother, as always.
All right. Go, baby!
You got to hit that for 365 days.
Oh, my goodness. What up, G? What's going on, brother? You hear me?
G is locked in, boy. That's a locked in face right there.
It sure is. Sure is. You good, bro?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
There we go. What's good, brother? How you doing, man?
Not too much, man. Good morning.
Good morning. All right. So we'll take we can take one more call if anybody wants to call in. We got 5 minutes, and then we will move on to the next topic. If not, we'll get right to it. Good holiday, G.
Yeah, it was
good.
It was something
good. I miss the 90s too, Willie Brown. I definitely do.
We done with the 90s. We done with the 90s.
Chill. Watch your mouth, B. Watch your mouth. Opinion stated. Watch this. MJ never had to play in a game 7. Here is their response. That's because he was playing against plumbers and firemen. He wasn't playing against nobody good. So don't even take it there.
We can salute that, right? We can salute that, but also give Bron his due flowers, bro. That's my thing. We get like Bron never had to play in a game 7. Okay, bravo. Move on. Right? Does that what does it have to do with LeBron James? Did he beat LeBron James to do that? No.
I was just responding to what opinion stated about never MJ.
I'm responding to the chat, not you, bro.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah. Because this whole, this back and forth between the Ray Allen, game saving thing, I'm like,
I'm not even
come on, bro. It's 48 minutes of basketball. Folks really don't watch basketball if you care about only the last minute, right?
That just
doesn't make sense.
That's true, but I mean, I think the whole point why I bring it up, we got a whole different look. So that team went to the finals 4 years in a row, won 2 chips. It would look even worse if they only won 1 out of that whole run because Ray Allen didn't hit that shot. That's all I'm saying.
But we also have to pay homage to
pressure shot in history, I think.
But we have to pay homage for what led to the shot too. That's what I'm saying. Like we can't fault him off of 2 missed shots in the game. Kobe missed shots. Jordan missed shots. Greats missed shots. That's okay, bro. But we also remember, man, Kobe dropped 15 in that quarter to get him there. Jordan put up 16 to get him there, right? Bron did the same thing, right? Like man, we gotta get to that moment.
What's up, G?
What's happening here?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, we were talking about the it kind of went sideways, but as always, but we were just kind of talking about that. No, we were talking about the
no, not me. I responded to the chat. It's the chat that's going in.
Yeah. No, I'm chilling. No, but we were talking about just the era, what people call the LeBron era, and I'm saying I think personally that it was the Steph and LeBron era, not just his. So we'll get your thoughts on that before we move on, man. What you got, G?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Steph, well, question. I think we had
this. It's breaking up a lot, G.
Yeah, I don't know if your mic is
probably connection or something.
Acting up or something.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
See if you can get that fixed. Let's take this call from Nino right quick. I gotta take this.
Nino,
what's good, man?
What's good? Y'all still talking about the same topic? Or y'all keep moving?
No. We still on the same topic.
Wrapping it up.
Yeah, we were wrapping it up. We were about to go on to the next one.
Hey, I see both sides of the fence. I agree with Transformer. It was definitely Bron era now.
Okay.
We're gonna have one man, but I know they don't like to say this. I mean, I know we don't like to do this, but I can see Bruce point too. Like when you mention the Bron era, it's gonna have Steph in there. It's like what they call a co-author.
Absolutely.
It's gonna have Durant.
Antagonist.
It's gonna have them guys. That's the same. Yeah, that's what we were talking about with Kobe. It started off AI. We all in the hood. We wanted AI to be him.
Yeah.
But after so long, we looked up like, hey, this Kobe a little different, dog.
Yeah, real different.
Kobe the truth. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no denying him. And then it turned to, I don't know how, we thought it was going to be AI era, but it was, this Kobe era. But when you mention Kobe era, you're going to have AI in there. But see, going off of Bruce, that's why it's so crazy, because going off of what Bruce said, we can easily throw Timmy D in there with 5 rings, but he didn't have that personality where you're going to say this was Tim era. You probably ain't don't mention them unless you're talking about the greatest, but you just saying his era is straight Kobe era. Kobe just had that. He just had the swag with it. But if we're going on you have to put Tim Duncan in there.
No, that's a great point.
Just off his accomplishment. Yeah. Hey, but y'all say a prayer for my Steelers, man.
G, don't say nothing.
You know, I'm not doing that.
Go back to doing G. Go back wherever you was at. We ain't got time for this.
Oh man.
Y'all, man, hold it down.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Hey
for
man,
the call.
moment of silence for the Steeler Nation out there.
Oh man,
All right, that's enough.
Oh, and we still Edward Jackson. You think I forgot about you?
Oh, we haven't.
No,
It's on my notes. I got it here in my notes.
I was thinking about it earlier, actually. Yeah, we're gonna set that up. Definitely.
Oh boy. Edward Jackson players for the Steelers. Oh, let's move on to the next topic, man. Let's get on. We've been here for an hour.
Yes, sir. Let's
be here all day.
All right, y'all. So we are going to go next to this was interesting to me. All right. You like that graphic, man? You like the thumbnail?
Oh man, look at the Christmas tree.
Yeah, man.
The presents.
Yeah.
What's some presents? What they got on them?
No, I don't even know what's in there.
Okay, just colors. Okay, I thought it was
just
something.
Yeah, it's just wrapped up.
Okay,
no.
Got it.
But yeah, the reason I brought this one up, this particular topic, NFL versus NBA Christmas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why did I bring this up? Well, that guy we were just talking about opened his mouth and another stupid thing tumbled out, right? Unprompted, mind you. So after that fantastic game that he helped to give us, right? Between Steph and LeBron, they gave us another classic. And as sports fans, as basketball fans, we are truly grateful for that. I'm not being facetious because Transformer and I opened up talking about what a great game that was. And literally that's a gift to all of us sports fans. So Thank you, LeBron. I'm being so serious. Thank you, Steph, for all the work you guys have put in over the years to be able to provide us with moments like those. So we really are grateful. It was awesome. So watching that, obviously we know that the Lakers came out with the close win. Austin Reeves gets the bucket at the end over Andrew Wiggins. Great drive to the basket and finishes with about 1 second left, forcing Steph to just, take a desperation heat from about three-quarter court, which Golden State missed. And for a second, I'm watching like, is he going to drop this? Because obviously he had hit those two, gigantic.
But the time would have ran out though. Because if you look at the replay, by the time the ball released,
so he didn't. Okay,
he wouldn't have got it off. No.
Okay. Well, there you go. But the point
is,
it was still close. Yeah. And I was actually surprised real quick on that last play because you saw Draymond defending LeBron because, on the inbounds, they want to get the ball to LeBron. And then I saw Steph shade over in front of LeBron. I was like, what? Steph out here trying to play some D? What the hell going on here? So, and with that, the inbounds goes to Austin Reeves. And he just turned the corner quickly and took Andrew Wiggins to the rim and scored the winning basket. Great finish. Definitely. So real quick, should Austin Reeves be able to take Andrew Wiggins to the rim like that? Andrew Wiggins is more athletic, he's a better defender. Like how? I think positioning and technique. So
so Austin is great with the handles, right? If you look at the way he can handle the basketball, that fake to the right and then he pulled left, Wiggins was just behind it. So at that point, Reeves put the body on him. Like once you bump, with that, what you feel in the body with that. What's that? Chuck Charles Barkley. But no, once that fake right go left. And you put the body on him and you behind me, now I got the break on you. Now I got the break on you. And then at the same time, in the back of his mind, he probably also see that LeBron is coming down a lane too. And he beat Dre. So he's like, he could drop it off. So let me try to cut off this lane, but hopefully I can get some help at the basket. Right? He didn't get the help. Easy lay. Good what I mean? You shield the body with the ball. I mean, you shield the ball with your body. Yes. Boom. Andrew Wiggins can't really do it. He's not that athletic as he once was. So he's not gonna like go over top of him and try to beat it off the backboard. So, but yeah, it was a good move by Austin Reeves. He was cooking.
Oh no, it was. It was a really strong finish. And when I saw it, I was like, "What?" I was like, "How does that happen?" But again, great finish by Austin Reeves. Yeah. You know what his nickname is, right? Did you know what his nickname is?
What, AR?
Hillbilly Kobe.
Oh yeah, Hillbilly Kobe. Yeah, that is.
Yeah. Apparently he was like a killer in high school and college at the lower level. But anyway, great finish by Austin Reeves. So anyway, what this leads to is, of course, being the face of the league and the guy on the
ignoring him. There you go.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Being the face of the league and the guy on the team, what you see is a situation where LeBron is going to get interviewed in the post game, of course, as he should, right? And so he says what he has to say. Basically, we're blessed to be able to provide these moments. He says we're blessed to be able to provide these moments and play at a high level and basically perform for the fans, which I thought was really cool. Then instead of just moving on, he has to come back with his stupid comment and talk about how, I love the NFL. I love the NFL, but, Christmas is our day. I'm like, really? So what I'm going to do.
What are you supposed to say?
He didn't have to say that. That was unprompted.
Yes, you do.
He didn't need to say that. Why?
Yes, you
Why?
do. If somebody's
that was utter nonsense.
If I invade your army territory, right, you're going to want to defend it.
Okay.
Am I wrong? You're going to want to defend it, right?
Yes.
Bro, I feel like that's that same thing. Like the NBA, everybody in the NBA is saying, they're like, come on, NFL trying to invade our spot. Christmas Day is our day, right? Face of the league again. This is why face of the league era. Got it. You know what I mean? I'm finna. Hey, yo, hey, this is our day, pimp. What are y'all doing? It's our day. This is about us.
All right, so I'm gonna play the clip, and then we're gonna come back and get started with G's thoughts, and then we'll go from there. So let's play the clip, and then we'll go from there.
Sound who was trying to make a statement, I guess, after their game where Austin Reeves gets the game-winning bucket, and there was a good ending, and there were some good games yesterday. But let's take a listen to LeBron James.
I love the NFL, but Christmas is our day.
I don't know what that proclamation was, or like, okay, so that means, since LeBron said it, Christmas is the NBA's. I heard Isaac giving some numbers. Did they come in, Rob G? Right, the TV numbers.
Ratings, yeah, they're up.
Come on. I mean, like we can talk about whatever we want. It was great that we had some good NBA games for a change. And Rob G, jump in, because the numbers did jump up, right, for the NBA. And like 85% better than a year ago. That's how bad it was.
84% year over year. Highest rated Christmas in 5 seasons. In fact, that Lakers-Warriors game you mentioned, the Austin Reeves saving the day.
Right.
Highest rated NBA regular season game of any kind in 5 seasons.
Yep.
Yeah. And it was perfect. Here's the other part too, that and give us the NFL numbers. What is it, Rob G? 24 million each
About
game?
24.3 million for the nightcap, peaking at 27 for the Beyonce halftime show. It tells you what to say about Beyonce.
Extra few billion because of B.
24.1 million for the morning Chiefs Steelers.
But here's the other thing too for the NFL, NBA, and I know they don't want to talk about it. Their game is on free TV compared to Netflix. Everybody doesn't have Netflix. Everybody's not streaming Netflix. There are a lot of people who couldn't watch NFL yesterday because they don't have it. And it's not in their budget to have it, even though they would love to watch the games. So yesterday, I think they were helped. People who are at home and you got families or whatever, it ain't hard to turn on ABC. And I think that's where they got the bigger numbers.
I think you heard it a little differently than I heard it. I heard it as saying, this is our day. Like, not we're going to blow you out in the ratings. This is just our day. We associate the NBA. Oftentimes we even say in inner circles, you say, man, the NBA don't even start watching till Christmas. Like, that's kind of the beginning of the NBA season. Just like we all know, we associate Thanksgiving with the NFL. So I think what he was saying was more of almost a question, like, can y'all please let us have our day? Like, let us have this day that historically has been ours for the most part. Everybody knows NBA, bunch of games on Christmas. Y'all got a few games on Thanksgiving. Baseball has 4th of July on lock. So it's kind of one of those, I heard it as certain sports have their certain days where we all have concluded you all own this day is what we've come prepared for. So that's how I heard it. But the NFL is slowly becoming mobsters, Goodfellas, Godfather, Casino, where they move into a town and they're like, oh no, we're just here to help. Anything you need, we'll do our business, do yours. You're like, all right, yeah. The NBA is starting to become monsters where they slowly start to take over days. College football goes to a 12-game playoff. NFL says we're going to have some games on that day too.
Yeah, but they've always had games on the Saturday after. Like, this is not new. They've done this forever. And now that this college football has put these games on Saturdays after the college football season, and now the NFL's not going to move their games, and they got dwarfed as well. So I hear LeBron talking about this is our day, but it still comes down to, if the product is good and people want to watch NBA basketball on Christmas, they'll watch it. if an NFL game is on, they're not, no matter what proclamation people make, it's the product that has stopped people from watching.
Kelvin was my point.
All right, let's go ahead and start with G. G, your thoughts, man.
What I missed? So I don't know, man. I think it was you was talking about the NFL move into Saturday a couple weeks ago.
Dude, you sound real. Hold on, G. You sound real.
It's probably your mic.
It's going in and out. Yeah.
Like his picture's good. I think it's his mic.
Yeah.
The mic is not.
I can see you clear, but issue with
it's your audio that's coming through bad.
That's weird. Yeah, that's weird.
Are you using the microphone that you normally use, or is it coming through your headphones?
Yeah, it's the same mic. I might need to buy a new one. But it's the same one. I only had it for a couple.
Yeah, that shouldn't be acting up.
Probably got hype watching that Steelers getting blown out. Like, yeah, and just do it. he Gronkowski spiked that mom.
Gronk spiked the mic.
Yep.
All right, let's try it again.
Check.
All right, I think it's all right.
It's still bad.
Yeah, it's still bad.
Yeah, no, it's still acting up.
Might have to have a man phone in and have his video running.
Yeah. All right, we'll come back to you, G. Transformer, go ahead, bro.
But no, my point was more towards Kelvin, right? When Kelvin said, like, we're not going to beat you. Like, to me, it wasn't about the ratings, right? When I said what I said in the group chat, because I'm the one who brought this topic up to you, it was the performance, right? The performance is what I felt was better than the NFL. The NFL, Chiefs blew out, who was it?
Steelers.
The Steelers. Chiefs blew out the Steelers. The Ravens blew out the Texans, right? So like the performance to me was a lot better. Like granted, the NFL is going to get the higher ratings. I think it's a lot that goes into that. You don't have a lot of NFL games throughout the season in its entirety already. NFL season is so much shorter. NBA got 82 games. We really not, like I said before, and I mentioned this in a debate earlier, in the previous podcast, I really don't even start watching the NBA till that Christmas or like the New Year's Day, right? Because that's when you start to see things pick up. Teams are figuring out who they are. They're making, final trade destinations by February. Then boom, now we're into that peak NBA run that, you normally get the higher views because everybody's fighting for those playoff spots. But in my opinion, the NBA that day was the better performances, right? We got the battle between LeBron James and Steph Curry. That was a better performance than what the NFL put on, right? We could talk about ratings. Yeah, that's cool. That's fine, right? But the performances were better. And I like when Kelvin said, hey, the NBA on Christmas was our day. Like it was called NBA on Christmas, right? We had this big old, not say ceremony, but everything pointed towards, hey, one of the biggest nights of the NBA is on Christmas. It's our day. Like, let us have our day. Like, don't come over here and be bullies to us, right? No. This is our day that we normally come out, we're celebrating, and then we put on some of our best performances. Kobe versus Bron, Bron versus Kobe. I mean, not Bron versus Kobe, Bron versus Steph. Like those memorable games that we have on Christmas.
Well, I think the most recently highest rated was the last time Bron and Kobe played on Christmas. I don't think that was 2016, but whatever year that was. But that was a big rating day. I think it was like 13 million that game did. But
yeah, big rating days, right? Like, so that was my perspective on it. Like, hey, this is our day. Not saying like, we're going to beat you in the ratings. NBA know they're not going to beat no NFL in ratings. NFL is washing, like he said, them folks are washing everybody. They're washing everybody, despite the NFL being a much weaker game now. Right? It's not like the NFL got better. It's a much softer league. They're throwing penalty after penalty. You can't touch the quarterback. I can't hit you high. I can't hit you low. I got to hit you right in the middle. If you duck your head, I hit your helmet. It's a flag on me. There's a whole bunch of BS going on as far as what the NFL's product is brewing as well. But their ratings are just going to be better, right? You know what I mean? Their product is a whole lot better than what they're putting on, media. Crispina, if the NBA had to raise the NFL, wouldn't dare play on Christmas. If the NBA had the ratings, the NFL wouldn't dare play on Christmas.
I agree.
NFL don't care. NFL don't care. NFL is running over everybody. Like you heard him say, like everybody. Okay, Thursday, taking that. Friday, taking that. Saturday, taking that. Sunday, we got that. Right? Monday, we got that. Like, those folks are taking over. You know what I mean? This part of the NBA season you really don't, like you said, you don't get any buzz really until Christmas. Then after that, things start picking up for the NBA because guess what? NFL playoffs is wrapping up. There's not too many games now. Once that's over in February, boom, then the NBA takes over its part of the season and stuff like that. So I think Charles Barkley mentioned this before. I think on NBA on TV. NBA probably gonna have to move their the season. They're probably gonna have to either like shorten the games and move it to the right. You know what I mean? I think he said start the season, and I want to say he said started in June or July or something like that, and kind of have it like end towards to get out of that limelight at NFL, because the NFL are what they are. They're bullying. They're bullying all other sport networks. They're bullying all other sports in general when they play on those certain days. But that was my take on it. You know what I mean? Performance was better, in my opinion. And, and what LeBron was saying, like, this is our day, right? This has been about NBA, like the NBA on Christmas for God so long. On Thanksgiving, what do you watch? Football. NFL, right? Y'all got Thanksgiving, give us Christmas.
Nope.
Right? So
Nope. You remember Teron Matthew when he was in college, the Honey Badger?
Yeah. The one that just got cooked by Josh Jacobs the other day in the Saints game. Yeah, I got it.
You're missing the point I'm trying to make. But no, what did they always say? The Honey Badger, he takes what he wants, right? That's the NFL. This is not about, in my estimation, like, okay, so the first thing I'm trying to say is that when it comes to it, damn, I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. The first thing I'm saying is that when it comes to it, the NFL simply is a better product, even though it's not the same NFL that we came up with. It hasn't dropped off as far as the NBA has. That just is what it is. Secondly, the NFL, here's the big one. The NBA tried to cheat and simulcast all these games. They played them on ESPN and ABC at the same time to try to boost the ratings, right? They simulcasted them all. Smart business. The NFL was on freaking Netflix. Everybody don't have Netflix. You would have had to pay to stream that if you didn't have Netflix. And they still outdid them, as someone said in the commentary earlier, by a factor of 5. That has to tell you something. So my thing is with LeBron, again, my biggest part of him making that statement was it was unprompted. He wasn't asked anything about that. He was on his way off. He turned around and came back to say that. Shut up, bro. Why did you have to say that? No, seriously.
I'm defending my sport.
What did he gain from saying that except bring further scrutiny to the fact that the NBA, his sport, got absolutely demolished by the other league on the same day? What was his point in saying that? It wasn't smart.
Just like you're a fan of whoever the fan, like, okay, G for perspective, right? If the Ravens lose, he's gonna find a way to, bring that around, turn that around. Like, nah, it's about my Ravens. This is my sport. I'm not gonna sit here and lay down. Like, what you want the man to lay down? Like,
laying down. Why am I catching strays here?
My bad.
Huh?
Why am I catching strays?
No. I'm just saying, like, you defend your Ravens to the fullest, right? And I applaud you for that. You're a Ravens fan to the fullest. That's your team. No matter what Lamar Jackson, no matter what he choosing to do on any given day, any stupid or dummy ain't gonna tell me nothing about them Ravens. All right, you can choose what you want, but I'm choosing to root for my Ravens, right? LeBron is choosing to this is the NBA. This is my sport. I'm not gonna sit back and get bullied like that.
But he wasn't getting bullied though. The problem, my question back to it is,
but the NBA.
What? No. What did he have to gain by making that statement unprompted, other than bringing further attention to the fact that his sport got demolished on a day that's supposed to be theirs? That wasn't smart in my estimation. That's what I'm saying. Gee, man, go ahead, man. Give me your thoughts, man. Let me shut up. What you got?
The Ravens Texans game. The halftime show was pretty much probably the reason why those ratings went up, because it was a blowout the entire time.
Man,
I think the only points to score was by Derrick Henry with the safety.
On the safety,
other than that, man, and everybody turned the channel. I'm sure it was, it was over. I stayed and watched the game.
I watched the whole thing.
Of course you did.
And I like to see the Texans get curb stomped.
Okay.
But it was entertaining to me. But I mean, as far as the NBA and the NFL goes, we all know that most of us don't even watch the NBA until it gets closer to the playoffs, right? They that's the reason why they got the cups and the play-ins and all this stuff to make it entertaining for fans. Their ratings been down for a long time, and I don't believe a LeBron James statement is going to save that. I think next year, I saw something that was a glimpse. Like, what if they put like actual rivalry games on Christmas, and what that would do to the ratings when it comes to that? Like, and so you think
for the NFL?
Yeah, for the NFL, you mean like your Packers Detroit game,
Packers and Bears.
That's what they do on Thanksgiving.
Steelers and Ravens.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's so many rival games they could add to Christmas if they wanted
Absolutely.
to. And so, that's just sport on the Braves, man. You know, another crazy thing this guy be saying sometimes, man, to make you think it's like, all right, he's still playing a kid game. He's still playing with a child's mentality. But I like it though. It was cool. I mean, it was good. It made us have this show, this topic. It became a topic because of it.
So thank you for that, Bron.
I think that was the easy one. That's a no-brainer.
You
guys just got to do better, though. I think the NBA has to do a better job of competing and keeping the attention of the viewer.
They can't.
Yeah.
Until the game gets fixed, they just can't. There's nothing that they can do.
Too much wrong with it.
The NBA is just, think about the NFL, is just running away with everything. College football is more popular than the NBA now domestically. And let me give a shout to Young Disciple. He made a very good point in the chat a while back when he said that basically, the NBA for the most part is not worried about domestic ratings. And he's absolutely right, because we know that China is the largest consumer of the NBA product. And then we know Europe is getting busy with the NBA. And now we know they're going into Africa. So you have all these international markets that are really, basically printing money for the league. But at the same time, I don't think you can completely alienate your core consumer, which is the American basketball fan. But we'll see where it goes from here, man. But I just thought it was so interesting because it was unprompted. There was no need to say it. And I think it did his league a disservice by bringing unwanted attention on the fact that they got destroyed the way they did. I don't think that was good business at all.
No.
Yeah.
I just don't. I mean, the NBA is never going to be able to compete. Nobody's ever going to be able to compete with the NFL.
But there
the
was
NFL
a time
only has 17 games a season. Well, yeah. Well, now 17 games a season. So it's not a lot of, like, NBA got 82 freaking games.
Right.
Just like baseball. Nobody's watching 160 something games a year. Right.
But here go the crazy thing, Transformer. To that point, when Michael Jordan was playing, I know it's the 90s, we done with the 90s, but when Michael Jordan was playing, the NBA was more popular than the NFL. It's not my opinion. Yes, the Super Bowl as that one game standalone would draw more viewership, but
that was a more defensive, like, quiet game. Like, it was low scoring, wasn't a lot of action and stuff like that. Now the the NFL, folks are throwing for like Bruce Burrow,
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. I'm trying to mix your names with Burrow, but Burrow threw for 400 last night. Like, fans are going to tune in and watch that. Like, Jamar Chase, $130, one-handed catches. Like, the NFL is so flashy on the offensive side of the game that the viewers love that, right? You love to see that high-flying action. The low-scoring games, like, what was the Seattle-Chicago Bears game?
Man,
wanted to watch that game. It was 6-3.
Like that.
It was 6-3.
There you go.
It was horrible, right? To a fan who doesn't like defense. Like, I
was about to say, I don't
there's
mind
no scoring, but it was a defensive juggernaut battle. Like, folks was just nobody could score nobody. So, like, that's what it was back in the 90s. So that the NBA could take off because Jordan out here dropping 63, putting up, a dunk from the free throw line. Like, it was more flashy, more eye-catchy, more popping. Defense wasn't popping for the NFL back then. When they transitioned to, like, okay, let's start letting these quarterbacks throw 50 times a game, right? Getting these receivers 15 targets and stuff like that. Now that transition shifted, like, oh, man, this is more poppy. I only get to watch this 17 times a year for my prospective team versus 82 times for the NBA. Right?
I get that. Scarcity is definitely a big part of it. But even with that said, in this particular instance, as we're talking about Christmas and the Christmas Day games, the fact that it should be embarrassing to the league, the fact that it was on basically free TV, simulcast, ABC and ESPN. Meanwhile, you got freaking the NFL on a paid streaming service still blowing y'all out. That's not supposed to happen like that. It's really not.
I think because they put the halftime show together, man. That had a lot to do with it. Not the first game so much, but the second game.
That's what I was about to say.
When everybody's saying their grace or eating dinner, it's a Beyonce halftime show on there. So I don't know, man. It's just like I said, it was a good topic. NBA versus NFL, but I just think until NBA get their stuff together, a lot of people won't watch that unless it's like something like a Thanksgiving, Christmas, or something where you have to be in front of the TV.
I agree wholeheartedly. So Young Disciple, that's a great point, and I thought about this for a long time, and I read some stuff and listened to a bunch of stuff, but a big part of it is like you got these TV networks. Literally, their whole thing is that news and live sports are the only two things that are like that they have to have in terms of making people watch, right? Everything else you can kind of watch later or whatever, news and live sports. So a big part of it, signing the record TV deals, is like, I have to have this product so somebody else doesn't get that product. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big part of it. I'm not saying that's the only part, but it's a big part of it. So yeah, I get you with the signing record TV deals, but eventually all things come to a halt, Young Disciple, especially if you don't care about your consumer and you're not trying to put out a better product, which is why we've heard Adam Silver now talking about, there'll be an investigation into what they could do to make the product better and all the threes and all this. What you mean is an investigation? You know what's going on. They shoot too many damn threes, right? The investigation.
You need to investigate the defense.
That too, but you know why they're not going to do that, G? They will never do it because all these players that they've been raving about for the last 20 years will get exposed. Yeah. If you can put hands on these dudes and the game get more physical, think about it. We laud Kevin Durant as being one of the greatest scorers of all time, blah, blah, blah. We saw what happened a few years ago in the playoffs against the Celtics. Ime Udoka and his scheme locked KD up, and they was just bumping him a little bit. He just got a taste of what you was going to get back in the day. They didn't body him like back in the day. They gave him a taste, and he didn't know what to do. He couldn't handle it. And that's one of the most prolific scorers of his era. So now imagine if they really allowed real defense again, or brought back hand checking, or took away the zone. Dudes would be hurting out here, all these dudes that are supposed to be among the most skilled. Or if they actually started calling these carries and travels and all that, right? If they really start playing the game, coaching the game, and calling the game the way it should, they would get exposed for having lied to us for the last 2+ decades. That's why they can't do it. They put themselves in this spot.
Yeah.
So,
I'm just looking at how that investigation will look, after the game, you got to. So what was going on here, man, where you just completely didn't get back on defense or where you just didn't, where your scraps at? Like what happened here? Like, I don't know.
Man, you need, that's what somebody say, man, you need to just go over on the side and do slides for an hour. You know what I'm saying? So, Young Disciple, yes, that would benefit LeBron. Absolutely. That would benefit LeBron in this era. So yeah, you're right. But I mean, at least it would, but the only thing I am curious to see, if the defender could be physical too, would that break him mentally? Because we see how much he whines in this era where you could barely touch somebody. So I would be curious to see like how he would deal with that mentally if the defender could be as physical as he can be. So, but it is what it is. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Let's open up the phone lines on this one.
Wait, y'all ain't let me talk. I'm just playing with you, man. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad.
Okay. No, you good. Okay. I said my piece.
Y'all know the number. Let's do this. We're gonna take 2 calls, try to keep it moving, and let's try to keep it to 5 minutes each. All right. So let's go ahead and you know the number. And it's scrolling on the bottom and it's on the screen. You should know it by now if you listen to this show, man.
Y'all should know it by heart as many times as we say it.
904-219-8264.
Hey, that was good. I'm getting my Bruce voice on. 904-219-8264.
You're a fool.
8264. Call in.
And 04 is when all the rules started changing, Young Disciple. Come on, brother. You know that. All you got to do, I keep saying this, go look up Stu Jackson NBA rules changes. Just look that up. I don't have to.
It was a good article
right
there.
Say again.
It was a good article.
Yeah.
Hey, I think one of the things that we did leave out is that this is the best time of year for sports. If you're a sports
It's really
fan.
good. I agree.
The best time of year right now,
Absolutely.
man. It's
without a shadow of a doubt.
You can turn on. Oh, you calling?
Yeah. Let me take this. Opinion stated. What's good, my brother?
Yo, what's good, brothers?
Maintain it.
Opinion stated.
I want to say what's good. What's good, B? What's up, G? Hey, look, man. I just want to say one thing, bro. Man, everything. I want to say one thing, bro. I'm gonna get off this phone.
What you got?
The NBA could never, bro. The NBA could never. If y'all watch, I'm not even talking about Christmas, but if you just watch that Denver Bengals game yesterday, bro.
Yeah.
There is a level of excitement with this product that is incredible, bro, that the NBA has lost. It's lost that competitive edge. It's competition that's missing, bro. People tune in for competition. And what we saw was two teams competing at a high level, both playing offense and defense on a high level, trying to stop the team from doing a thing that they know the team is capable of doing. The NBA does not have that anymore. Nobody just wants to see a bunch. This is honestly, for me personally, why I stopped watching college football. I had my times where it was like, I was more heavily NBA than college football. But then when I'm watching these college football games just get out of control with the scoring, I was like, it's not fun for me to watch a team score 70 and another team only have 7. You know what I mean? It's like, where's the competition at? So, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I stopped watching. I know you have to search through the rankings and find the better matchups and all that stuff to get better games.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying that college doesn't have its competitive edge, but I'm just saying moreover, I could find it in the NFL where these teams are squaring off against each other, man, and they really bringing it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's yesterday. I started messaging my buddies out here. I was like, bro, man, the NBA could never, bro. I couldn't even believe what I was watching. I was like, bro, look at this, bro.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Look at this. Yeah, so I just wanted to say that, man. Y'all go ahead, man. Kill stuff, man.
Appreciate the call.
Wait. One more thing before I hang up.
Yeah.
Young disciple. Hey, man, I ain't trying to hear that, man. I don't want to hear none of that LeBron stuff about LeBron and MJ. Knock it off.
Hell, man.
Yo, and that was the prompt. There you go. Now you prompted it. It's about to happen.
I love Young Disciple. I love Young Disciple.
Man, yeah. Young Disciple bring the passion, and that's always great.
He does. Yes, he does. Yeah, I'll let y'all later, man.
All right, brother.
All right, bro.
There you go.
See, that was a good call, man. He got the piece in. He got
yes.
Hey, those are the type of calls. If y'all in the chat, listen to Opinion Stated's call.
Yeah.
Direct approach, deuces. Right? That way the show ain't 4 hours long, man.
Right. And real quick, let me say this though. To push back slightly on Opinion Stated when he was saying the NBA could never. They can. They just, for whatever reason, don't want to do it often. And to that point, what Transformer and I talked about earlier, I don't know if he caught this. He might have come in a little after. Was that Christmas Day Warriors and Lakers game, and that was, as we know, literally down to the last second. It was tremendously competitive. These guys were going at each other. LeBron played a fantastic game. Steph played a fantastic game. And as much as I hate to ever see the Lakers win, it was a fantastic game. It was enjoyable to me. And, and that's, but the problem with the NBA is there's not enough of that. That's the problem.
Everybody's shooting three. It's a shoot three or die league, man. It's so pathetic. Sometimes like these folks, it's just like that's what gets them in trouble. It's like, okay, it turns into a blowout. One team hits 4 threes in a row. Other team goes cold. Guess what? They're up 15 points already. Right? Some teams lay it down. They're like, shit, man, we can't compete with them guys. Some folks up 15 and they got better players. All right, next game, right? It's 82 of them. Like, you can't have so many threes, so much. Oh, but I thought I lost my power. Am I still alive?
Yeah, you still alive. You good?
Okay, cool.
We can't hear you. No, I'm joking.
All right. Looks like we're not gonna get any more calls on this. So let's go to the next topic, y'all. Let's take it now to the real sport, the most popular sport in America, the National Football League. So we're gonna go there, y'all. All right. So here's the deal. Earlier in the season, we saw Kansas City like really kind of scraping by. We know they are pushing to try and get a third straight championship with the coveted three-peat, something that's never happened in NBA history. They've pretty much, I think they've locked up that number 1 seed in the AFC already, correct? I think they got it locked. Hello? Anybody with me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. Transform, you hear me? All right, Transform. I have some technical
difficulties.
They
15-1, right?
Yeah, they're 15-1. I think they locked up that number 1 seed. I don't think anybody could catch them now. So it's gonna go through Arrowhead again, right? And that okay, it is what it is. So
I can't hear you. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yes. So what we're seeing now though is like Mahomes starting to get into that groove. We're seeing Kansas City not just, win by dominating defense or a last second field goal or something like that. And they are like, they really starting to kind of get on a roll, which is scary. You never want a team that's that good getting to their best position this late in the season, right? And so now comes the topic. I'm kind of curious to know where everybody is on, if you had to pick or bet, let's be objective here, G. Are we taking Kansas City to win again, or we take the field? Huh?
You know what he choosing?
Another stray.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
We gotta be objective.
Asking me not to root for my team, bro.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Dummy.
What the hell, bro? Like, that's like
what's wrong? What's wrong with him, G?
Oh, so
what's wrong with him, G?
That's about likelihood, not rooting for your team, right? For instance, let me give an example. Y'all know I'm a diehard Notre Dame football fan.
Go Irish.
Right. Y'all know
taking over the segment. We said this.
You're right.
Every podcast is go Irish.
but watch where I'm going with this though. We know they have a gigantic game coming up in the Sugar Bowl. I love that team with all my heart. I picked Georgia to win that game. When I really sat back and I was objective about it, I picked Georgia to win that game close. It can happen. That doesn't mean I love them any less.
I just gonna win.
Hey, make me wrong. I hope so. But the point is,
wrong.
The point is, just because I love them doesn't mean I have to pick them every time. Anyway,
shots fired. Shots fired. You see what they doing? All right. Okay.
Yeah, Steve. But no, in all seriousness, though. So the question is, Kansas City or the field? We know who we all want to win. What do we think is more likely? That somebody in the AFC knocks them off? Or, okay. Somebody, what do we think is more likely? That they three-peat or somebody in the AFC knocks them off?
I mean, I look at their weapons on offense, right? With Xavier Worthy, Marquise Brown, Travis Kelce, freaking who they got coming out the backfield?
Kareem Hunt and Pacheco.
Pacheco.
Right. And I'm missing one more, right? Is it Juju? Juju still with them?
Juju Smith.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So and then that offensive line is really, really good, especially with Mahomes on the center. I mean, even though they said he was hurt, but like this could have been fake news. But then you take a step back and you start looking at like the coaching staff, right? Like since Mahomes been in the league, he's only had one person in his ear calling.
That's right.
I'm not mistaken, right? And then you got like one of the best defensive coordinators that played the game in a long time. That's active, right? He's still active. Yes. And so it does make them extremely dangerous when it comes time to making your picks and doing all these things. And not to mention the refs and or the Swifties that's out there. It's hard to pick against the Chiefs. You know, it's hard to pick against the Chiefs, but three-peating is really, really hard, man. Like
I'm with you.
Yeah, that's hard, man. That's you have to. I mean, they have the ingredients to do it. I'm just not sure if that's the way things gonna go for them this year.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly, G. There's a reason nobody's ever done it yet, right? Because it ain't easy. I think winning a championship in football is probably the hardest out of all the sports. But no, I do agree with you. It's really hard.
One last point.
Yes.
And then I think they like 15-1. They like 15-1. And so normally, you know, what history shows us is anytime a team wins that many game during the regular season, they get in the playoffs, and sometimes they don't do too well. I don't know when the last
Green Bay Packers, New England Patriots. Yeah.
So the Vikings, remember that year they went undefeated?
Right. They went all the way to the conference title game. Yeah, great point. I agree. Transformer, go ahead, man.
Picking KC. This one just feels different, right? If you look at the games, right, it's almost like they're destined to be there, right? They're winning in every single fashion that you can freaking possibly win. Right when you're like, okay, Kansas City about to lose, block kick, right? Oh, Kansas City about to lose, sack for yardage. I mean, sack for a loss. Kansas City about to lose, freaking Butker makes a freaking 56-yarder, right? Kansas City about to lose, kick return. Kansas City about to lose. Like everything's happening for Kansas City at the right moment, right? It's like whenever that light gets the brightest, the moment gets the biggest, those guys know how to show up, right? Spags calls one hell of a defense at the end of the fourth quarter. Like everything's on the line. Like, nah, we're drawing this up. We're sending our best defender, linebacker. You go here, and everybody is on the same page. Offensively, Mahomes need that last drive. Who's my best weapon? Travis Kelce, Andy Reid's calling the plays. Everybody's on the same page. I don't see it with no other team in the NFL. Like, I really don't. I don't see it with the Ravens. I don't even see it with my Packers, where everybody is truly locked in on them last two drives to win a football game, right? To me, that's showing that poise, that championship pedigree, that, hey, man, whatever it takes to get it done, we're going to get it done, right? So I can't count them out. Like, every game this season, except for the Bills game, Josh Allen had to go win that football game. It's not like Kansas City laid down and lost. Josh Allen literally put it to like, no, I have to win this football game, right? I'm tired of this whole narrative. You know, he runs this freaking AFC and I'm losing against him and blah, 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 blah. Like, he's the pinnacle of success. He's the pinnacle of the NFL. I have to beat him. Josh Allen went to go win that football game, right? Kansas City from there still went undefeated again. Like, you know, every single way that they can lose a game, they found a way to win it. So to me, it's like when you go into the playoffs, Baltimore and Bills, they're going to knock each other off before they even get to KC. So KC likely going to have to go through what, the Texans, right?
Pittsburgh. I think if it ended today, they'd have Pittsburgh in the
Pittsburgh. Hey, we talking about? Did I hear the Ravens? Did hear the Ravens? The Bills?
Yeah, y'all likely to face them.
I don't know if
face them first before you get to KC.
Realize this, but like early on in the year, we beat them. What was it, 42 next to nothing?
Yeah,
and set Josh Allen down. Yeah, we curb stomped.
Do you think that would be the same result if they played him again?
Hell yeah, why wouldn't it?
That's not the same Bills team, bro.
It's not the same Ravens team, bro. That's not the same Ravens team.
I agree with G on that one, Bruce. They're not
the same Ravens team, bro. You can't really.
That defense is moving up.
I'm just saying, I don't think they smoke them like that again. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
they'll beat them. They won't.
But I think, but my point is, KC not going to have to play both of them guys. Going to have to play one, right, in order to get to the championship. So if the Bills knock the Ravens off, or the Ravens knock the Bills off, however that goes, KC like, okay, cool. We got everybody out the way. We just need to beat one team to get back to the to play whoever's in the NFC. And NFC, who do you think can beat KC? To me, nobody. Philly has a shot. Detroit's not healthy enough.
That's crazy work,
right? You know what I mean? Like, Detroit's not healthy enough.
I think we look at things such as when you're in the playoffs, the defensive intensity, the refs are a little looser with the play calling. The game is a little more physical at times. And that takes a toll, right? It ain't just like, oh yeah, we got another game next week. So players who probably don't even play well step up most of the time. And I think KC gonna have their hands full. Man, 15-1 that's a tough feat to constantly win week in and week out. That takes a toll on a player's body, man. And
agreed.
I don't know if I don't think they played 3 games in 11 days. I don't think they had to do that. Kansas City didn't have to do that, but
and they won them all soundingly. They didn't just win them. It wasn't no close game. They beat them all.
Yeah. No,
they left no room for error. Yeah. And I think they're peaking at the right time. If you look at the way they just dismantled the Steelers, we waited all season with Patrick Mahomes. He hasn't had that game yet. And he had that game against the best defensive team in the league.
Quick side note,
though, brother. You're missing a point. The point that you're missing is beginning of the year, we looked at that schedule, right? We looked at the Steelers schedule when we said, about the time the end of the year, 2 things are gonna happen. They're either gonna have a winning record, but they're gonna look like they're gonna hobble into the playoffs. And I think that's what we're saying now. We're saying a beat down Steelers team who don't want to tackle in the cold, who not clicking on every cylinders. They arguing with each other. There's a lot of teams out there like that, man. Like the toll that this season is taking on them, you can see it when they, the last few games going into the playoffs. They either don't want to play or, they just physically not there. So that's my 2 cents. That's what I believe. So when we do look at the Steelers, it's like, oh man, these guys look fresh last week, but to constantly play all these, these tough teams, right? Because they had one of the toughest schedules. I thought we nominated that, right? Like that was like one of the toughest schedules to get into the playoffs. And now they in the playoffs with a winning record, but they look hurt. And so I don't think that the Kansas City Chiefs was peaking. I just think the team that they playing is like they going backwards. They're not. They hurt. So a lot of players hurt.
I think two things can be true. I think you're absolutely right about the Steelers, but I think the Chiefs are peaking as well. I'm looking at this team and I'm saying we think this is how good Pat Mahomes is. He's having a down year. This dude is still about to get 4,000 yards passing, and he's still going to finish with like 30 touchdowns. He's having a down year. You know what I'm saying? Like he's freaking good. But to your point earlier, G, you're absolutely right, man. There's a reason nobody has ever three-peated. It's hard. It is hard. It's hard to repeat in football. It is hard. But there's some that I think we aren't noticing that just occurred to me. There's one guy active that's ever beat Pat Mahomes in the playoffs. And that guy's not eliminated from, that's right, not eliminated from contention yet. I have a feeling they're going to sneak in. And if they sneak in, we got to watch out for them because they're dangerous.
You're going to have to go against Josh Allen first. That's going to be a game.
What?
That's going to be a game.
Hell of a shootout. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So we got to see, how it lines up. But that's a team that somehow, some way, they always start rolling at the end of the season. G, this being an AFC North guy, they always start rolling in the second half of the season. They got to figure out how to get better early. But anyway, I think that is a dangerous
the Bengals.
Yeah. That's a dangerous team we got to keep our eyes on, especially in terms. So I guess what it comes down to is the question is, do we think it's Kansas City or the field? And I have to go with the field. I think Josh Allen is playing out of his mind this year. I think obviously Lamar is playing out of his freaking mind this year. Outstanding football team in Baltimore. Joe Burrow playing out of his freaking mind this year. If he gets in, gets there, they can possibly upset the Chiefs because he's gone into Arrowhead and done it before in the playoffs. So I think it just may be too difficult with all these really good quarterbacks just gunning for you, man. I think it may be a little too much. It's going to be a fantastic playoff run to see, but I think if I have to choose KC or the field, I'm going with the field.
The thing I like about KC is that we talk about next man up mentality across the league. That team is a definition of next man up.
The Chiefs?
The Chiefs. Next man up mentality over there is real. They lose their running back. Guess what? We go get Kareem Hunt. It takes over. Yep. Next man up, right? We lose our number 1 and number 2 receiver. Guess what? Next man up. Go out there and ball. Go out there and show you behind. Rookie shows up. They go and get DeAndre Hopkins. He starts showing up. Juju comes back. He shows up. Travis Kelce's always been there, right? Every guy at every position, it's like they can't go wrong. Corner, next man steps up. Safety goes down. Next man steps up, makes a big play, makes a big sack, makes a big interception, right? I think that's going to go a long way in this playoff run because still, granted, they are champions. Most of those guys that are still there are champions, but some of those guys aren't. Some of those guys are just as hungry. Like, dang, we want one too. We want to be a part of history as well. So those next guys up, they're going to be playing big roles. DeAndre Hopkins is yet to be unlocked yet, right? So I think that playbook, Andy Reid is holding on to them plays. Like, oh yeah, we get in the playoffs. We're calling number 8's number. Like number 8's going to really get some show in a lot of these coverages that we're seeing, especially when they address that they move the left tackle over to the guard, if I'm not mistaken, or they switch positions, and that line just looked so much better. Stop Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, like nobody could touch Mahomes after that, right? And that's just that next man up mentality. So like that to me is what I see being the big key on how I see that they can win, or they can, win again and be diverse to ever three-peat. We say, it's never been done, but a lot of things have never been done until it's been done, right? I think this is going to be the best team to have that possibility of making that happen.
So what team do y'all believe has the best offensive firepower?
Offensive firepower?
Yeah.
Cincinnati, if they get in.
Yeah.
I think Cincinnati?
Yeah, man.
They might. Well, Chase Brown has an ankle sprain, so they may lose a little bit in the run game. But Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, that's just like the best duo in the freaking league.
T. Higgins.
Yeah.
Getting busy too. That's
I think
after that, I'll say the Ravens.
City. Kansas City definitely has Xavier Worthy, Speedster, Marquise Brown, Speedster, freaking D-Hop. That's a cheat code. He shouldn't even be on the team. The league should have. Somebody should have let that happen, man.
Nah, we ain't.
Yeah, man, don't do nothing until the playoffs because we don't want to, incite a riot. And then
right.
It's like they can't do wrong. It's like they can't find a way to do wrong. Like
when Belichick stepped down, that really that era. Like who else is going to be? I know John Harbaugh going to call so many foolish plays. It don't make sense. He gonna let so much foolish stuff go by. It don't make sense. I hope not. But I mean, he's been known to do that. Like Andy Reid has already. That's already been out of his system, man. Like he makes sure he call all the plays for Mahomes. Like he in his ear. Like it's gonna be hard to beat Kansas City, man. Like it's gonna be hard.
It is, but clearly Baltimore has the capability to do it. We saw it. They got beat by a toe. You know what I'm saying? At the beginning of the season. So the capability is there.
Game of inches, bro.
Yeah. But I hear what you're saying, Transformer, but I gotta lean towards the field, man. I do. I think they gotta go through too many super talented quarterbacks in the AFC.
But they won't. They're gonna have to play each other. They get the first round bye. They get the bye. So those guys are already being battled, already fighting before they get Kansas City sitting back, rested. Andy Reid on the drawing board, Spags on the drawing board. Patrick Mahomes is going to have 2 weeks off. He's not going to play tomorrow. I mean, week 17. They already announced that Carson Wentz is going to be the starting quarterback.
Right.
So
I saw that too.
These guys are going to have 2 weeks off, fresh, all healed up, game planning. These folks got to go battle. Josh Allen possibly has to battle Joe Burrow, right?
Yeah, but it's only,
Pittsburgh going to have to battle the Ravens again.
But it's only one that's going to get knocked out. You're still going to have to get through at least two of them to get to the chip. You know what I'm saying?
I think you're going to get through one.
So whether it's Burrow and Allen, or whether it's Lamar or Burrow, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to get through two of them in the AFC.
Put the standards up again.
I bet.
Put the standards up.
And then after that, we'll hear what Chris Sims have to say before we close out the topic.
Oh, we can do that before. We'll just do that. Okay.
Let me turn off the banner too. All right, there you go.
Let me see. So the Bills have to play whoever the 7th seed is. Right. Okay.
As
and
it's
the Ravens
Broncos right now. That's a really good team too. Like that's a good defensive football team. But go ahead.
Yeah, Ravens have to play the Chargers. Texans are going to have to play
another hard bowl, huh?
Yeah. So Kansas City is going to have to play either Steelers, Chargers, or Broncos. Who's the better quarterback?
Kansas City, Steelers, Chargers, or Broncos? The Chargers. Herbert.
The Chargers. All right, so that's probably going to be the toughest matchup if the Chargers end up beating. But no, they have to beat Baltimore.
Wait. So you forgot about Wait, how many are getting in? 8, right?
7.
Is it 8 or 6?
Bengals aren't in. The Bengals still need Denver to lose another one.
Okay.
Yeah, Denver still controls their own fate. If they win the next game, Burrow's not in there. So right now we're talking like Joe Burrow's in it. Joe Burrow's on the outside looking in. He needs the Broncos to lose, and he needs to win a football game, right? In order for him to take that spot. So right now, the Bills have to play the Broncos, Ravens have to play the Chargers, Texans have to play the Steelers. Remember, KC plays the lower seed. You know what I mean? So that could be the Texans, that could be the Steelers. So either way, the Kansas City's not going to play a top tier quarterback until the championship game. He's only going to have to play one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So either way, so that could end up Lamar or Josh Allen, right?
Josh Allen. That's the only way that he's going to be able to play nobody.
Either one is very capable of beating them.
Yeah, but they're going to be battling each other before they get to him. Because Buffalo will have to play the Ravens.
Gotcha.
KC is going to have to play either the Texans, the Steelers, the Chargers, or the Broncos. That's it. Right? So KC going to have a cleaner path off 2 weeks. They knock out whoever from 4 to 7 is, and then they meet either the Baltimore Ravens or the Buffalo Bills. After a hard fought battle. Meanwhile, KC just literally skated for 3 weeks. See what I'm saying? So like you're more healthy, your game planning better. Meanwhile, these dudes are battle tested, possibly some injuries. I'm not wishing that upon no team, but that's just what happens in the playoffs. These folks get hurt. It's a physical sport, it's a contact sport. So I'm saying KC has an easier path than either one of those guys. Because either way, Baltimore is gonna have to face Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, or Josh Allen's gonna have to face Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes. Pat only has to face one of them.
One of them. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's fair. Real quick, let me answer this comment in the chat from Edward Jackson. No, listen, I don't care if Saquon Barkley breaks Eric Dickerson's record or not. I'm saying I'm not mad at Eric Dickerson not wanting his record to be broken, especially in an era where, running backs are not deemed to be as important as they were in the past, although we're seeing a good little running back resurgence this year. I'm cool with that, but they're not generally, thought of as being as important as they were previously. But not a lot of people would remember Eric Dickerson if he didn't have that record, as great as he was. So my point is,
headband,
and goggles and Jerry curl.
Yeah.
No, but I understand why Eric Dickerson doesn't want his record to be broken. I wouldn't want my record to be broken either. Me personally, I don't care about the record. I'm just saying.
I thought he said go get it.
No. He was on one of these shows just yesterday, and they asked him about it. He was like, hell no. He don't want his record to be broken. He respects Saquon, but and he's maintained that for years. He doesn't want anyone breaking his record. Why would you?
I mean, true. That's what keeps your name relevant.
You respect someone if they're able to do it. You shake their hand, hey, great job, whatever. But you don't.
But he doesn't want to see it going.
Right. I wouldn't want to see that. Chuck Brewer, that's a great point. Yeah. And that's the unfortunate thing about sports now. So if Saquon breaks it, unless he freaking goes off today, what I'm saying, he will have broken it in 17.
But Dickerson did the same.
Dickerson did in 16. No, Eric Dickerson did it in 16.
No, but he broke the record in 16. The previous record was in 14.
Well, so right. Okay. So here the previous record was it OJ hit 2,003 yards in 14 games. Right. But I wonder how long it took him to get to the 2,000. That's the question.
Yeah, but the season was only 14 games.
Because I think he did 21 something. No, but what I'm saying is if ED broke it in 14, then it's cool. You know what I'm saying? If he broke it in the same amount of games. I don't think he did.
I think he needed that 16th game to break it. Yeah. So like Eric Dickerson did the same thing I want to say Barry Bonds so bad. Why is my mind on Bonds?
Well, there you go. So I mean, I'm good with that on the same thing. All right, but let's go ahead and let's wrap this topic. We'll take 2 calls, 5-minute max. Anybody want to call in and give your thoughts on Kansas City versus the field in the AFC? Do you think that they can get out of the AFC, and do you think they can three-peat? Or would you take, a team from the field? I'm taking the field. Transformer, I believe, said he thinks it's destiny. It's time for someone to do it, and I think G said he's taking the field as well. Correct?
Yep, that is correct.
All right.
You know who in that field, right?
There you go.
Who you choosing, bro?
Mr. Lamar Jackson, man.
That field is mean.
The 6,000 yards for a quarterback, man. That's crazy.
6,000 yards. What?
He broke Michael Vick's record in like 3 less seasons too.
Oh yeah.
No doubt. For a quarterback is crazy.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and take this call.
It took him 16 games.
Be more Bruce. What up?
What's it do, Dubby?
Maintaining, bro. What's up?
What up, Stu?
What's up, Stu? Hey, I don't think they talk about no damn Kansas City, man. This Ravens, man. This I don't get predestined. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I don't give a fuck when we play. It's destined for the Ravens to win this year. Look how our season went. It was a bumpy ride the first half.
Mm-hmm.
It was bumpy. We lost to the Raiders. We lost to the Browns. We was playing inconsistent. We was doing this. We was doing this. We was calling for John Harbaugh's head. We was saying,
I never did.
I mean, a lot of people were though in the media. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about how Todd Bucket. He's not running the ball enough. He's football. We playing like shit. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Bye week happened. Everything changed after that.
You're right, and you said it too. You did say it.
The defense. Everything just realigned for us to go to Kansas City and knock them off this year. We are the team, like TJ Hoops beside us there on Speak Friday. We are the threat.
I'm mad at that.
Not Joe Burrow. We beat them already.
Didn't they beat us too?
You
split with them, right?
Listen, goddamn, Bruce, let me talk, man. You ever try to cut somebody off, Bruce?
Just being objective, man. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Let me talk, Bruce. Listen. He's number one in the league since the 5 weeks back. We got the number one pass defense in the NFL since then. The number one pass defense since 5 weeks ago. Count 5 weeks back to now. We number one in pass defense since we moved and Adarius Washington to your back end. And remember we talked about this, Bruce.
We did. That's
we
right.
manufactured this. Said if we put Kyle Hamilton back in the floater spot, we're gonna be way better.
You said it.
Shit just don't have it. This is our year, man. We running up Dirk Henry 27 times a game now.
Yeah.
20 back-to-back weeks.
That's right.
As long as we get that big boy ball 25 times a game, ain't nobody beating us, yo. Period, yo. Because the fear factor of Lamar, take as far as like on a read option, it's unstoppable. The play is so much shit can come off that read option. I don't give a fuck who you is. The play action game, you thinking of Dirk Henry, the safety is coming up. They scared. You got to pick your poison. It's destined. And another thing, the play the Super Bowls in New Orleans this year, and we left where we went on last Super Bowl at last time.
New Orleans.
And Beyonce performed on Christmas, but I know everything just
it's lining up. All I gotta say is if we play in the Super Bowl in New Orleans again, they better make sure they got the lights right this time. I ain't with that. They tried.
No. Let me say this, yo. This is Super Bowl bust, man. And the Ravens I do not know what to say. It's going to be a long off season, and a lot of questions if the Ravens don't get it done. Everything is lining up for us. Everything. Who we got to play the first round if we win Sunday? Which we gonna win? What, the Chargers?
That's what it's looking like. The Hard Bowl. Yep.
We beat the Chargers. Who possibly we play? Do we play Kansas City in the divisional round or the AFC Championship?
I think Transformers said that it would be Buffalo next. Is that what you said?
It'll be Buffalo.
Yeah.
You won't play K City to the championship game. That's the only way you'll play them.
Defense. They ain't got no defense. And we already whooped them already. They can't beat us. I'm sorry. Even though, like Brucey say all the time, they not the same Buffalo team they was then than he is now. We were the same team we was then and we're now.
That's true too.
Our defense is way better. I heard you, Brucey. All on Josh Allen bandwagon. Not the same team. How they not the same goddamn team and still giving up 40 goddamn points a game and struggled against fucking New England last week?
Wow.
Buffalo, a one-trick pony, baby.
Okay. Well, I mean, they got better record than us, unfortunately, for that. So
who gives a game? Who said they go? Who? Two more games? Who said they gonna beat the Jets? Who you think? How you think the Jets gonna play today at 1 o'clock? You think the Jets gonna give them they all today? Who said they gonna beat the Jets?
You know they will.
What's wrong with this Baltimore shit? It's everything is allotted up for us to win this shit. And I can't wait for this playoff run. I cannot wait for this playoff run so Lamar can shut all you motherfuckers up who flip-flop on him every goddamn week, and I'm sick of it. Even you with the team when you're not, you thick and thin, right or wrong. Fuck being ejected. Fuck being ejected, right or wrong.
But them Ravens fans is for real.
Oh my goodness.
They for real, yo. Y'all choosing violence over everything, boy.
Facts.
Yes. You got something you want to say, Brucey?
What's up?
Nothing.
You want to say to respond to that?
No, man. No. I mean, you.
Before I get up the phone, man, I just feel good this Sunday morning. I woke up, the sun is shining, God is good.
Always.
Yeah.
All the time.
Why Sunday mornings just feel so beautiful, man? God damn it, man. What is it about a Sunday morning, man? It is so, maybe because the NFL on. Let me say before I get off the phone, though, Brucey.
Yes, sir.
Colorado got their ass whipped last night by the white boys.
Smoked.
The white boys for BYU was not coming to play. You hear me? But you know what, though? Before I got the phone, I had a lot of dudes that Travis Hunter shit, them bashing them online. They just what you could tell Colorado wasn't into. It just wasn't the same, man. Like it just they played like Shador and they just played halfway like they want to get hurt, even though they had a shot. They didn't give it their all. Hey, my prediction though: Ravens Packers in the Super Bowl. Ravens 28. Because ain't nobody beat the Packers in the NFC, and we want to talk about football. Ain't nobody.
Okay, I haven't heard that before. I like that. I like that.
It's going to be Baltimore, the Packers, and we're going to defeat the Packers in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
It's not Green Bay time yet, but that's what I foresee. Remember, but listen though, fellas, we 2 weeks out, man, for the run to start, man. I got butterflies already, man, and the playoffs start 2 weeks, man. And listen, Baltimore Ravens, this is y'all year. This is the best time y'all got to win this shit, man. Y'all can beat KC. Get it out y'all here. Just like we had trouble beating Pittsburgh. We had to get over that hump. We getting over humps and shit this year, man.
No, I think they know that they can beat Kansas City. I think they know that. They literally lost by a freaking big toe. They know they can beat them.
Yeah, if you talk about it's the Ravens time, man. It's our time. Fuck KC. We're going Arrowhead. We're going to whoop that ass. We're going to dominate the playoffs. I guarantee. Remember I said that.
Right,
ain't no game to be close. We're going to dominate this shit.
Well, there we go. We're going to find out.
Hey, man, I talk to your brothers, man.
All right, man. I appreciate the call, B. Thank you, man.
Oh, shit. Breaking news, guys. Lakers have made a trade sending D'Angelo Russell, Maxwell Lewis, and three second-round picks to Brooklyn in exchange for Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton. D'Angelo Russell is back in Brooklyn. I knew it was coming. He's gone.
Yep. Here comes Bronny.
But no, I want to touch on the record real quick. Eric Dixon in 14 games has 1,792. He needed the 15th and 16th game to break the record. He broke it on the 16th game with his first carry. Game 15, that boy had 215 yards.
Yeah, you went
That's
off.
what got him close.
Thank you.
And like I said, Barry got it done 2003 with only 14 games to play. So Eric Dickerson needed 2 extra games to beat not Barry Sanders.
I got you.
Yeah, to beat the previous record. Saquon would likely need 1 if he could break it. So
there we go.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna skip the Chris Sims. We don't need that. So we're gonna go right to the next topic, y'all. All right, last topic. Staying in the NFL. This year's Hall of Fame finalists have been announced, and this is actually interesting because it's been a topic of contention depending on who you ask, and we'll play the clips first on this. Eli Manning is an NFL Hall of Fame finalist, and there are a lot of people who say he probably shouldn't be, and there are people like myself who say he should be. So we're going to get into that. So we'll listen to some stuff first, and then we'll come back and talk about it. So first, we're going to hear Ryan Clark. He was on Inside the NFL, I believe, and he had some stuff to say. So let's check that out, and then we'll come back, and then we'll hear Mike Greenberg on ESPN Get Up.
First off, here's the problem. You guys think I have an actual emotion attachment to Eli Manning and his feeling. I don't. Like, I feel about Eli, how Eli's face looks most of the time when he plays. Like, I'm just indifferent. Man. And so I agree with you, Greeny. Eli Manning should get into the Hall of Fame. I also believe that Eli Manning will get into the Hall of Fame. I also don't believe he was a very good quarterback. And I think that those two things can exist together. I'm not going to sit here and knock Eli Manning or knock other people who are in the Hall of Fame because I will not be. And contrary to popular belief, I don't really care. So when I look at Eli Manning, when you have to say about a quarterback, this quarterback wasn't game planned for. You heard Bill Belichick saying, make him throw it to Mario Manningham. There has never been a time in the world where you're playing against Aaron Rodgers and you say, make Aaron Rodgers throw it to anybody. You say, we got to find a way to get it out of his hands. There's never been a time in the world where you're playing Tom Brady and you want him to be the person making the decision, the action, and the play that is going to decide the game. Never in life have I ever played Eli Manning and had a coach come into a meeting, and I played with Dick LeBeau, the greatest, at least to me, defensive mind of all time. Never did he come in and say, guys, we got to strap it in this week because even if we do everything right, Eli Manning might beat you. You know what you said? If you in the right place, Eli Manning is going to hit you in the face mask with a ball at some times. You just got to catch it. We don't really even, my first interception, Plexico, we forgot Plexico Burris was on the field. Now, that was stupid because he was more of a threat than Eli Manning, and he was wide open. I'm talking about butt, booty naked. I mean, nothing on. No jock strap, shoulder pads, nothing. Butt booty naked, nobody from the Washington Redskins around him. But you know what that play was for me? It was my first interception of all time because Eli was throwing. Now, whenever Dan Graziano get up there and says, I'm going to read you the stats of what Eli Manning, that's because Dan knows, because he knows that you got to prove it to people. I'm so sorry. Aaron Rodgers retire, I bet you 100% that Greeny will not have what you call it, a down barrel. I don't know what a down barrel is. Greeny ain't gonna have to do no down barrel when Aaron Rodgers retires. Because we know, but he did. And he might only have one Super Bowl.
So clearly Ryan Clark doesn't. First of all, he said something to me that I thought was quite oxymoronic in that he says he thinks that Eli Manning is going to be in the Hall of Fame, but he doesn't think he's a very good quarterback. I'm often the guy who uses the expression, two things can be true. Those two things can't be true. You can't be in the Hall of Fame and not be very good at whatever your position is. That's just dumb. The Hall of Fame is the best of the best of the best of the best. So like for him to say, I think he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. He should be, but he can't, he's not a very good quarterback. I just think that's dumb. I think Eli absolutely is a Hall of Famer. I think he's probably a first ballot Hall of Famer, and he should be. I mean, plain and simple. There's that whole business of, what is it? You can't tell the story of the league without said player. That's true, right? That's true. And then you just look at what he's done throughout his career. Does he have as gaudy in accomplishments or achievements as some of the other Hall of Fame players? No. But he's done a lot. I'm trying to think who is another two-time Super Bowl champion and two-time Super Bowl MVP that's not in the Hall of Fame. I know Jim Plunkett's a two-time Super Bowl champion, but I don't think he's a two-time Super Bowl MVP. Let's see. Will Harris says, besides those two Super Bowl runs, he's had like 12 losing seasons. Okay. All right, cool. And he hasn't had 12. I think he's had 7 winning seasons, 16 years. So that's 9. He's had 9 losing seasons. But that's not always necessarily reflective of him, right? Organizationally, like I think football is dictated by winning in football is dictated organizationally more than probably any other sport, right? But let's do this. Even before I give some stats, let me get G's thoughts and then we'll go to Transformer. G, man, where are you on whether or not Eli should be in the Hall of Fame?
Man, Eli deserved to be in the Hall of Fame, man.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, when has the last time after Eli, who else has the Giants had? Right. When it comes to just being competitive, and so I think for the Hall of Fame, you have to have like 80% of the folks that vote need to say yay in order for you to get in, and then some of the categories are like, did you change the game, right? Like, did you have a lasting impression on the team that you played on? Was you the best player, right? And you look at the Giants, the G-Man been trash ever since he stepped up the field. I mean, it was trash while he was there, but remember, for a while, people was trying to say that he was the best Manning brother because he had 2 chips when Peyton only had 1 or none. That was a reach, right? But
yes,
at the same time, you know, there was an argument, right? Like, it was commercials. It was like, oh yeah, but I got rings and you don't. You might have all these stats, but you don't have any rings. And so, I don't know, man. Dude, it's an Eli. It's a Manning brother, right? Like, I mean, even with the young one that's coming up now, he's probably going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback if you make it to the league. Like, just based off of
Archie.
Yeah. Yep.
Arch, most
Yeah.
Archie.
That's my 2 cents, man. I don't care enough about the quarterback. Eli Manning getting in. I think if we held him to every other standard, he probably wouldn't make it in. If they was like sticklers about it, they let Big Ben in, and so Big Ben can get in.
Big Ben's a 2-time Super Bowl champ. I think he's probably top 10 in most of the numbers. He's got more 500-yard passing games than any other quarterback ever. I mean, he's done some stuff. He's got, you know, he's comparable to other Hall of Fame quarterbacks. So that's how
would you say. Would you say he's the best quarterback to play? I know that's not the category. Would you say he's the best Steeler quarterback to ever play the game?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yes.
Arguably, yeah.
Yeah.
Who would you put over him?
You see, he's going to say Terry Bradshaw because
no way.
What would I say?
We're not going to put Terry in there. No.
But the thing is, man, that's still curtain defense, man, and no free agency. You keep teams together forever. That sure helps a lot, you know. And I'm not mad at anyone who says Terry Bradshaw. That's fine. You know, hello. You know what I'm saying? You play to win the game. But I would say Big Ben is the best Steeler quarterback ever. Yeah, I would. Yeah. Transformer, your thoughts, man. Transformer.
Yo, my bad. What happened? I'm analyzing this trade, bro. My bad. I got my Lakers hat on, bro. My bad.
Man, take that off. Put your Packers hat on or something, man.
All right, man. My bad.
Do something else, man.
Where my Lakers visor at, man? Hold on. Let me change that real quick. All right.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, do something. There you
My
go.
bad. All right.
Yes. Now
all right, here we go.
Football time.
Now we can think football. Let me just unclick all of this Lakers stuff that I got going on.
Please
all right,
do.
Cool. So the question is Eli
Hall of Famer, if not first ballot?
Hall of Famer? Yes. First ballot? No. I think there are other players with a better resume as far as impact of the game that deserve to be in front of him. But is he a Hall of Famer? Absolutely. You beat the one person everybody feared twice, right? Tom Brady. You're going to go down for knocking down Tom Brady in an 18-0 season. That's big. That's big, right? Yeah, Tom Brady and Randy Moss were the 2 most unstoppable forces on Madden, the NFL ESPN, on everything. All you have to do is just throw it. And Randy Moss was going to catch it, right? So, and Eli went there and he beat him again, right? And destroyed that undefeated season that they could have had. So absolutely, he should be in the Hall of Fame. I sent this list to you previously. I got to go find it again on who was all up for it. I think there were plenty of guys on that list that should get in before him.
At the quarterback,
it was a lot of defenders. And no, just period.
T Sizzle about to get in.
Huh?
Yeah. I said T Sizzle about to get in.
Oh, absolutely. And deservingly so. Right. Please. So I think, if he gets in, it's going to be off of the 18-0 season that he knocked off Tom Brady, which is fair. I mean, it's fair. I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer anyway. I just don't think it's a first ballot, right? Like, other than those 2 wins, I mean, Eli had a pretty mediocre career as a quarterback. I mean, only 4 Pro Bowls. Only 4 Pro Bowls. Other than that, he's never been in an MVP conversation. No real accolade that comes to his name. He's a 500 winning percentage player as a quarterback. A lot of that kind of plays into it. But the biggest things that are always going to be at the top of his pedestal is that 2 Super Bowl MVPs against the GOAT of the NFL, right? And I beat him in an undefeated season.
That helps a lot.
Right. That's going to catapult you past a lot of players when it comes to being in the Hall of Fame. I just don't think as a player in its entirety, except for those 2 Super Bowls, that he's in the first ballot. But I do think he's going to be a Hall of Famer, and he should be. Right.
All right.
So, yeah, that's my take on it.
Okay. Let's hear what Mike Greenberg has to say about Eli Manning going into the Hall of Fame or not. And then after that, I'll come back and I'll give my thoughts on it.
Eli Manning's career is so much better. You can talk about how good you think he is. Those are subjective things. Objectively, Eli Manning had one of the great careers in the history of the sport. He's in the top 10 in practically every statistical category. He, as D. Wood said, he never got hurt. And you're acting as though every quarterback who's in the Hall of Fame is Joe Montana. So if you compare his career to many of the quarterbacks who are in the Hall of Fame, it is vastly superior. He beat Tom Brady when Brady was 18-0. He beat Aaron Rodgers on the road when Rodgers was 15-1 and outplayed them both in those games. He beat Brett Favre, as you mentioned, and outplayed him on the road. I think the best team he ever had, and in which I think he would have won another Super Bowl, got derailed by the fact that his wide receiver shot himself in the leg in a nightclub in New York City. That was the best team the Giants have had since basically the Bill Parcells teams. So I think that we are underselling how good Eli Manning was.
I agree. So, Greeny got it right.
Quick question. How many players get inducted every year? Is it 5?
That sounds about right.
I'm trying to find out how many.
He's a finalist. This I know. He made the final. And by the way, that clip he just played was a few years ago. Yeah. Okay.
It's 5. Yeah, it's 5. Yeah. Okay.
So let's do.
You want me to name off the names
of the finalists?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Name off.
All right. So we got Eric Allen, cornerback, played for the Eagles, Saints, and the Raiders. Jared Allen, defensive end. We all know who that is. Willie Anderson, tackle, Jaree Evans, the guard, Antonio Gates. Absolutely. I think that's without a shadow of a doubt. Tight end. We all know who we played for. Torrey Holt, the receiver for the Rams. Big one. Luke Kuechly, linebacker. For Carolina Panthers, of course, Eli Manning, Steve Smith Sr., a dog, probably one of my favorite receivers of all time. Terrell Suggs, Baltimore Raven. Fred Taylor, running back. Adam Vinatieri, kicker. Of course, he's going to get in there. Reggie Wayne, wide receiver for the Colts. Darren Woodson, safety for the Cowboys. And Marshall Yanda, the guard tackle for your Baltimore Ravens. So that's a tough list, man. So out of 5 of those, boy, that's gonna be
Sizzle, Kuechly, Gates, Eli, Reggie Wayne, Antonio Gates. There you go. That should be the 5.
Yeah, I see that being a solid 5. Antonio Gates, Kuechly. Yeah. Sizzle. Yeah.
Eli, Reggie Wayne.
No Steve Smith?
Oh, damn.
Come on now.
Reggie Wayne or Steve Smith Sr. Reggie Wayne or Steve Smith Sr. Goodness gracious.
Now, granted, he's the only quarterback on this list, so that's going to get him in.
Oh, he's going in. It's so hard for receivers, man, because all these receivers putting up numbers now. That's tough. Oh,
yeah,
Reggie
talking
Wayne
about
Sr.
Mr. Unstoppable in Carolina.
Reggie Wayne, Steve Smith. I don't know, man. I gotta think about that. No, I agree with a lot of what Mike Greenberg said. Yeah. And the reason why, so I just checked these today before we start. So you're 100% right. He's got an exactly 500 career record, 117. Correct. 60% career completions, not great. 244 interceptions, 366 touchdowns. Okay, cool. But all that said, he has, let's see, in all the major categories, he's in the top 15 out of all of them, right? So he's 11th in passes completed. All right. He is I think he's 11th in passing yards. Just bringing it up. Yeah, he's number 11 in passing yards. So when he retired, he was top 10 in all of these, right? But just like basketball, guys are sliding down these record lists quickly. Rule changes has a lot to do with that. Passing touchdowns, he is 11th. Again, top 10 when he retired. Let's see, passes intercepted. I thought he would be higher than he was, but he's actually not. So he's 12th in interceptions. I thought he'd be like top 8. so that's good for him. But even some of the greater ones are, higher up than him. So Dan Marino's number 8. His brother is number 9. You know what I'm saying? So Drew Brees is right below him. So a lot of the guys that we think of as being more accurate are not necessarily. Now, where he kind of drops down the list a bit, I think he's number 22 in passing yards per game. But for the most part, he didn't play most of his career with elite weapons, right? But the point is, for most of the major passing categories, he's right there in that top 15, hanging around 10 or 11. And so that puts him, and when I look at these Hall of Fame discussions, I look at, okay, your peers at that position who played, around a similar time of day than you, not time of day, a similar time in history than you, where are their numbers, right? And so Eli is he's right on the cusp of all these dudes. So I'm not even really, I look at him, all these other Hall of Famers are getting roughly the same numbers. Why would he not be able to go in? You know what I'm saying? And again, 2-time champ, 2-time Super Bowl MVP. For me, that wraps it up. I don't even think there should be a discussion about this. Like I know Rod Woodson, who I think is easily maybe a top 3 or at lowest top 5 defensive back of all time. He is adamant that Eli Manning is not a Hall of Famer. And I'm like, I wouldn't want to argue with that dude, but I'm like, what are you looking at to say Eli Manning's not a Hall of Famer? Like, how do you judge it? Do you just judge it on the eye test or what? Because I'm like, if he's done everything that a whole bunch of other Hall of Fame quarterbacks have done, why would he not be in there? So that's my thought. I think he's without question a first ballot Hall of Famer. Some people may disagree. I know, as a matter of fact, some people disagree, but I think that's the case. Really, Edward Jackson? Seriously, come on, man. Look at this guy, man. You thought you was gonna slip that in, huh? Pause. That's not gonna happen, bro. Come on, man. I really gotta order the damn No Diddy shirt. I got to get that. I said pause. Damn. Nah, Hines Ward is not on them guys' level, man. He's not. He was real good, but he wasn't on that. Man, chill, Transformer.
A little bit more context. Torrey Holt and Reggie Wayne, this is their 6th time going, so it's not looking good for receivers for Steve Smith.
It's hard for receivers, man.
So
didn't Chris Carter
not
take
going to look good
6 times to get in?
Oh yeah, it took him a while.
Chris Carter took 6 times to get in. I think T.O. took 3 times to get in,
which is insane.
It's hard for
which is insane for T.O.
It's super difficult for wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? So, but the point is, I definitely feel like it is my contention that Eli Manning is not just a Hall of Famer, but a first ballot Hall of Famer. And, he's got everything you need to back up that contention. So that's where I am. I think the only thing where you would probably fall off is that he doesn't have all the all pros. Like normally Hall of Famers have any all pros. Right. That's what I'm saying. So, but yeah, that's where I am on it. Anybody want to add anything before we open up these phone lines for the last go around?
No, I think we touched on everything, Pause.
Right.
Well, I mean, like I said, his career is going to be defined off of beating Tom. That's what everybody. When you mention Eli Manning, we forget everything that man has ever did.
Right.
But he beat Tom twice.
Hey, he went to Green Bay and beat your guys
with the 15-1. But we was coming up with the Super Bowl.
That's right.
Like he came in there, smacked us, got us out of there. Right? Smacked us, got us out of there, went to win a Super Bowl.
That's
right?
huge.
You know what I mean? So
what happened? What happened?
Oh, that was funny.
What was funny?
You just forgot to mention that he beat your team, but you was more adamant about talking.
I mean, because that would be the bigger topic, right? I mean, we were 15-1, just came off of a Super Bowl, but he beat Tom, the more feared one, right? Everybody feared Tom. It was like, man, Tom get to the Super Bowl, he gonna win it, man. He's the GOAT, blah 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 blah. Bill Belichick, greatest coach of all time. That defense is top 5, right? You know what I'm saying? And like they went undefeated, right? They were going to be one of the only undefeated teams to go 19-0 all the way through. And they were the heavy favorites to win that football game in the Super Bowl. And Eli came and said, not today.
That's right.
Sorry.
Right.
I'm taking that. Right.
Well,
so I think that's what you remember Eli Manning as, and a helmet catch.
All right,
The
y'all.
health
Phone
kick,
lines
yeah.
open. The number's right there on the screen and it's scrolling on the bottom. You should have it saved in your phone by now. But phone lines open. Give us a call. Give us your thoughts on Eli Manning. Should he be a Hall of Famer? Should he be a first ballot Hall of Famer? What do you think about that? So we'll take a couple calls and then we will get up out of here so y'all can enjoy your afternoon of NFL football.
I like this trade.
Man, I told you leave that alone right now, man.
Come on, man. It's the Lake. Come on, man.
I'm just saying, man, we could talk about that another time. You know, I'll give you a whole segment. You could do that. You could do that. You could break that trade down, how to help y'all, everything,
Break
man.
down the wing,
I
what
will
we
sit
gave
back
up
quietly and you
cap
run
space.
Next time we on Wednesday.
Yeah. By the way, listen, everybody in the chat, do y'all prefer we do the NFL wrap up after Monday Night Football or after Sunday Night Football? We want to hear from y'all on that.
Oh yeah, that was a good
if
question.
we do it after Monday Night Football, we can go ahead and get the entire week of NFL scheduling done. If we do it after Sunday night, then obviously, you know. So let us know in the chat, and that way we can move accordingly. But yeah, if not that, then Wednesday's next time. All right. Well, looks like we're not going to get any calls on this topic.
You didn't even give him a minute.
I gave him a minute, man. I'm just sitting here, you know. Watch, we're going to get off, and then my phone going to ring.
So we got time to talk about the Lakers trade?
No, we don't have no time to talk about the Lakers trade, man. Nobody trying to hear that right now, man.
What? Come on, man. Why you do us like that, man?
All right, man. Go ahead, man. Talk about your Lakers trade.
No.
Go ahead.
Majority rules, man. Y'all don't want me to talk.
Transformer. Thank you, Transformer.
You're welcome.
I want to give you a whole segment to discuss that, man.
We'll save it for the next segment.
Sound like Wednesday. Sound like a segment Wednesday.
Yeah.
Man, for a whole segment.
And plus Laker Nation out here. I need Laker Nation here.
Oh, true indeed.
Yeah. I need my bros here.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's a good point. All right, so we are going to leave it right there, man. Thank you for coming around, kicking it with us on this Sunday morning. Hope you all had a wait a minute. Is Wednesday New Year's Day? It is.
Wednesday is New Year's Day. Yeah.
Oh man, wait, listen.
Yeah, we didn't think about that. Let's do.
Well, I don't care about that. I'm just thinking
early morning.
Wednesday at 8:45 is the Sugar Bowl.
That was crazy.
So we might have to get in a little early. We'll work it out. We'll let y'all know.
Let me see. I'm looking at the schedule
I ain't
now.
missing the damn Sugar Bowl. Sugar Bowl's 8:45 on
Wednesday. Yeah. Sugar Bowl is at 8:45 on ESPN. Ohio State and Oregon play at 5, and Texas plays at 1.
Yeah. Oof. That's going to be like a good 12-hour stretch of fantastic football. Ooh.
Do you want? I mean, because if you want to knock it out early, that's going to be tough, depending on how we celebrate New Year's Eve. Well, you don't celebrate it like that, but
nah, I don't. I'm just saying we could bring it in a little earlier. We'll see.
Chat, what y'all think, man? Give us some suggestions real quick. Give us some suggestions. I'll give you guys 60 seconds if you guys are in the chat. What do you think about Wednesday's segments? What time? Because we know the college football playoffs are going to be that day all day. Do you prefer an early game? I mean, an early segment to get it out the way, or what do you guys think? Because we know Mr. Irish, go Irish, that he's going to say at every freaking podcast show is going to be wanting to watch 8:45 Notre Dame play Georgia, and he's going to be like this the whole podcast.
I was about to say, right, I could be right there, like you over here studying your Lakers trade.
Oh well, it's on me. All right, man. The phone lines are open 904-219. Come on, man, get in the end zone. Yeah, go 8264. That's gonna be Bruce if we have the podcast on.
Man. Y'all some fools, man.
It's gonna be me and G running the show.
Rookie of the year. It probably will be, but it could be Bo Nix too.
Yeah, I think Jaden got it. I don't think.
But it could be Bo Nix. That's what I'm saying.
After that game, Jaden just had. Nah, I think he sealed it up with that one. Beating Philly too. Yeah,
5 touchdowns.
Yeah, 5 touchdowns.
Were there 5 turnovers too?
No, I think he had like 2 or 3.
Okay.
But yeah, then he beat the Eagles. You know what I mean? So Bo Nix throwing that pick and losing against the Bengals kind of hurt that.
This dude is completing 70% of his damn passes. That's pretty freaking good.
Yeah. Very, very solid.
22.
What y'all take, man? Who do y'all got winning these college playoff football games? Texas versus Arizona State, Ohio State, Oregon, Irish, Georgia. I got Irish beating Georgia in the upset 7-2. I got Oregon beating Ohio State. And, of course, I got Texas to start on Arizona State. I don't think that's going to be a close game. But I think I got Notre Dame upsetting Georgia. Who's with me? Go Irish.
Steve got his hand up, too. Steve got his hand up, too.
Steve, like, yes, we got another one. He's wearing that green hat. We're going to say it's good for us, too.
Right. Yo, did you know Bo Nix has more passing touchdowns and passing yards than Jaden Daniels?
He does?
Media market matters. Yes, he does. I just found that out.
You looking at it now?
Mm-hmm.
Who has more touchdowns?
Bo Nix.
He's got 25. Are we including the rushing?
Let's see.
I don't think we're including rushing.
I mean, let's see.
Total, I think Jaden got over 30. Because that would shock me that he is outdueling them in touchdowns.
I get what you're saying. Let's see. Those are passing and let's see, rushing.
Gotta have like 10.
Bo Nix only has one rushing touchdown this year.
Jaden gotta have like close to 10.
Probably. Let me go back. I didn't even think about that. So he's got let's see.
Now.
I'm on Pro Football Reference. He's got 22 passing touchdowns and
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rushing. Yeah, 6 rushing touchdowns.
Is that what it is? Yep, 6 rushing touchdowns. So
6 plus 22, he's at 28.
And Bo Nix has 26. Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I think he got him in touchdowns.
Yeah. I was looking at the passing numbers. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Y'all.
All
right, so but we going. Yeah. We're gonna get out of here now, y'all. And again, enjoy the rest of your day. Yo, is it raining over there, Transformers? I'm looking out the front window. It just started pouring over here.
It's not looking good, but you way south. I'm north.
Yeah. Okay.
So it'll probably take us a minute to get it.
Mm-hmm.
If we even do get it, Jacksonville, it'll rain and be sunny on the whole other side.
Right. It'll rain and be sunny on the other side of the damn street. I've seen that happen.
You can literally run out of the rain in Florida,
yes,
man.
Yes, you can. But y'all have a great one, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all day, and we will get back with you. I'll post some probably in the community tab, letting you know whether or not we're gonna rock tonight or tomorrow night with the NFL weekly wrap up. So y'all have a good one, and we out. Peace.